That's me. That is my cue. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Saturday. I hope your weekend is off to a wonderful, cozy start. I want to thank a couple of subs here. We had Vager Llama with a brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Almond with a 22-month resub. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Saga with a 43-month resub. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Saga. Glad to have you here. We have the Morgue Donator with a 16-month resub. Thank you so much. Silver Stitcher at 26-month resub. 26-month resub. Fantastic. Thank you. Arrow Hokey at 39 months. SCH Pants with a brand new sub. And you guys have been really spoiling me during Remix. We're at a hype train already. My goodness. Hello, everybody. It is utterly gorgeous outside here, and I'm all for it. Nice. I knew spring would catch up with you eventually. Or, I knew nothing, but I hoped spring would catch up with you guys eventually. I also have a quick apology to make because I double goofed. I showed my add-on spreadsheet in the news video that I put out this morning, and I said, I'm going to put a link in the description, and then you can also come to the stream, and the bot will tell you. And then I forgot to put the link in the description. And then the bot was off. I don't know why it turns off sometimes, but it's back on now, and I also fixed the description, but double oops, I'm so sorry. I saw when I turned on stream today that a bunch of people had come by already looking for it and had been disappointed, so I'm sorry. I did not mean to prank you. Anyone know if there are banks in Remix? A word on the street is that there is still a bank in Vale of the Eternal Blossoms at your faction hub. There should be one there that you can use to stash extra gems that you don't use and stuff. Here I am. I'm level 43. Every time I log in, I get Shellfish the Proven Assailant again. Left for Calgary for a week. When I came back, spring had gotten started, and with gusto. Excellent. It's lovely outside. We've had like 3 really windy days in a row, but it's good because I can scratch my puppy's fur because he's trying to blow his coat for spring, and then just like wafts of hair just like fly away in the breeze, never to be seen again. Jane Robin, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Moose pollen. I don't know why it never stops. I know this is only my first year of it with him, but I have a feeling I'm going to feel that way every year. So I am on Smelly Shellfish over here. We're level 43. I have now got all of my best Tinker gems because I went to the gem procurement NPC at the bazaar and I just rolled for random Tinker gems until I had all of the ones that WoW had said was on my BIS list, and I found that's made a pretty big difference to my damage and stuff. So what I want to do now is I want to like warm up and get settled in with a little bit of questing because I got coffee to drink. I was going to say I've got a kitty cat to show off on stream, but she's not. How could she? Hang on. There's the kitty cat. There she is. Bank only has the normal amount of slots. I don't think there's a way to get bags. Someone said you can get bags off a vendor to put in your bank. I don't know where, but I've heard it can be true. I was just watching your vid where you said I need to watch 4 hours of WoW streams, and here I am. Excellent. You should be able to check your progress towards the Eye of the Legion Twitch drop in your Twitch drops inventory, accessed via your profile image in the top right hand corner of your screen if you ever want to look and see how close you are. Bag vendor in the same area as the bank. Alrighty, well, let's see. I got started a little bit in Halfhill. I don't know if I want to do the story of Noodles. I guess I'm kind of leaving him hanging if I don't. I want to work on 2 things today in particular. I want to try and do a clear of normal. I want to do some normal raid. But first I want to chip away a little more at some of these Valley of the Four Winds quests because I want the Halfhill Farmer's backpack. So I think the campaign quest for sure, and then the looking for group quest, because all I need to do for this achievement is to get in on a galleon kill. I don't know if people are putting together groups for that. This is Remix. There's a lot of fresh groups. Oh, there's somebody trying to do galleon. Let me sign up for that and see if we can get that done early, because that would be really nice. That would mean that the only thing I have left is the campaign achievement, and then we'll get that Halfhill Farmer's backpack, which I'm pretty excited about. Seller at the Nessingwary Safari that sells 14 slot bags. Huh. Apparently the tuning with dungeons is so wonky, some heroic dungeons are easier than normal. Said, haven't tried it myself yet. I heard that there was some bizarre scaling happening above 60 where people were just getting one-shot by certain possibilities. So maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good job that I've not raced to 70 in the first day, because now I can let all the people that gamed harder than me beta test it. They can get it all sorted out by the time I get there. After 65, the game becomes much harder. Scaling is a problem. Came from YouTube. Love how helpful your videos are. Just as nice on stream. Aw, shucks. We do our best. I'm personally perfectly content to stay questing in the Jade Forest where it is safe. Yeah, I haven't had any problems so far, but I'm only level 43. I think that's why. Certain mobs in Scarlet Monastery clapped my poor leveling Demon Hunter in one hit. At 70, having problems. Okay, let's see here. We're going. Should I get details up? Should I use Tireless Spirit? Spam up all of my Devouring Plagues. Very fun, very fun. And then we've got Void Eruption. Yeah. Getting those good Tinker Gems. I can't even really tell you much about which ones they were. I just looked at the Wowhead guide, I found the list, and then I just kind of worked the list top to bottom and put them all in. But getting those all in has made a huge difference to how strong my character feels killing things. It's kind of nuts. It cost me, I don't know, maybe 3k bronze to do it, because it's 300 for a random Tinker Gem that you don't have. And there's a lot of Tinker Gems, so if you're starting without very many, you'd have to fish a lot to get the good ones. But I had a decent chunk of them already, just not too many of the ones that I really needed. So it cost me roughly 3k bronze to get those, but I think it's going to be a good investment just because, you know, it's going to help me level faster probably. The faster I level, the faster I get into doing harder stuff that gives more bronze. I feel like it's going to pay off. I think it's going to even back out. Let's see. I don't want aggro. Excuse me. I can use one of these time-walking healing potions. There we go. Already finished all of the mop remix achieves besides the rating ones. Should I be concerned? You've done all of them? Wow, you've been going hard. My concern would be for your tendons and stuff. My goodness. Healed normal, managed to snag thread at multiple bosses at level 40. Oh. I can one-shot Galleon with Arc and Explosion. I'm pretty happy with being a number 2. Although I got another minute before my big cooldown comes back, so I'm sure people will catch up. First time watching live, came from YouTube. Your vids helped me so much when reading. I'm glad to have you here. I think it was the first week in quite a few weeks that I've had the news video out properly at 6 a.m. when I normally release them Pacific time. Heroics, the kind of truck. I haven't tried yet. I'm so scared. Heroic dungeons or heroic raids? I've been kind of nervous. I do want to get into doing all of the above, but I don't know if I'm ready yet. I think I got to do normal first. Normal should be fine. I'm not too worried about normal. I guess I'm mainly worried about getting bored. Dungeons, scenarios. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do all those as well too. So Flabby got to 70 and was poking around on it for me to show me how different things work in terms of the cloak. And it is true that it's not like a properly account-wide share of your cloak to your alts, even after you've got it, like all of the achievements. It does do it by a template, which is really, I feel like the initial launch announcement, when they were talking about Panda Remix and they were talking about you being able to use your cloak, I feel like it was really kind of misleading. Because I swear I remember them saying things like, this cloak, you're going to power it up, and it's shared between all of your characters. And what actually happens is that after you've got your 12th infinite power achievement, after you get infinite power 12, any future characters that you make after that point will start with 100% experience gain, big chunk of main stat, big chunk of stamina, and big chunk of versatility, but no other secondaries. Then anything else that you want on top of that, you have to weave into your cloak as you level. It's still like a huge buff, and it's a huge benefit. Nice. So that was the looking for more achievement. That was good. But it was, the wording of the initial post really made it sound like any threads that you found in your main, your alts were going to also have those threads, and it seems like that's very much not the case. So I'm gonna have to get over my disappointment. But with that achievement done, that means that for Halfhill's Farmer Backpack, all I need to do is finish the campaign achievement, which is just 4 more little quest hubs. That won't be too bad. I think I can do that before raid. I know I'd get more experience if I did it after, because I'm going to get a bunch of XP threads for my cloak. My cloak here is currently at 58% XP, so I guess I'm in no position to sneer at somebody getting like 100% to start, because I'm running around at 58. Noodles? Ask Grandmaster Jackus to tell you his story. Oh, it's a solo instance. Is this a scenario? Cloak not being the same and else feels like a bait and switch. I think, yeah. Maybe it would have just been like way too powerful if you could get like, you know, like 300% experience in your main and then every ult after that has it. But that was kind of what I thought they were going for. They have all this marketing about how overpowered you're going to be. Normal still takes some effort. Okay. Don't understand why you can keep getting a bonus XP once you're 70. It's useless. Have my cloak on my main with 350. Ult only getting 100%. I should pay a little bit of attention. Click on a patron who's waiting in line. You should see them wave to you when you have successfully interacted with them. When a customer has been selected, click on an open seat, and they will go sit there. Okay, I do need to pay attention. Cubes, thank you for the 2-month resub. Waiting for food. Okay. I don't think I've ever done this before. I'm making soup. And then I click on the seated customer to deliver them their noodle soup. Oh, I threw it at them. Here, we better make some more soup. Okay, when they're done, they'll leave happy. They really did just make like a restaurant sim. What if you get on every op, but have to do little patience as a tutorial for all of them? Some customers are hungry and they will wait for. Well, then go sit back down. Or can I just throw it at you? Impatient. Well, I threw it at the barkeep. That's strange. Am I eating the soup? I think I'm eating the soup. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh no, there's more. They won't wait as long. They're really happy. That's the waitress. Okay. Here, you sit and you sit. I have a bad feeling about all this. I don't feel great about this. Like, I am feeding them, but it seems like it's by accident. I think the problem that I have with this just is that the interface doesn't feel very clear. I really probably didn't need to do this at all. I doubt it's required for the achievement. Yeah, you go sit here, and you go sit here. I've just been making regular soup. If they start ordering things off the menu, they're gonna give me a really bad Yelp review. Listen, I tried to get the Tuscan pasta, and they just kept bringing me grilled cheese. I think that's all they know how to make. I think it's going okay. I got the achievement and never did this. Who wouldn't want to have a bowl of soup hurled at them by a shadow priest? Are any of you hungry? I've got soup ready. You still hungry? Alright. Take it! Oh man. I do love soup, especially cold soups for summer. I've always known that was technically a thing. Because there was a plot line in the series of Unfortunate Events novels that I had as a kid where they were making like cold cucumber soup because they were trying to cook because they were orphans in trouble and they didn't have a heat source. I think that was the vibe. Or maybe it's because hot food was not fashionable Maybe it was in that book. But they didn't really sell me on the concept in that book. Oh, he's mad. Does he fight you? If he gets too hungry, does he just like... Oh, yeah. Eat your soup. Will he attack me? Because I've never worked restaurants, but I think that is how it works. Here, you can take this one. Looks like D&D is happening. Nice! Have a wonderful session. Who wants some? I don't know what the different colors signify. This one's got a green timer and that one's got a blue timer. And I really couldn't tell you if... I don't know what he's doing with that. Really couldn't tell you what's going on. Oh, it's 5 minutes. Okay, so you're just getting a score. I was thinking, how do I finish this? Evidently, you could probably just wait. I wonder if it's possible to fail it. What are the other soups for? You can clear the soup on your counter. Because none of them are ordering anything in particular. You fail if 5 people go away. Oh. Do I have a debuff that tells me how many people have left? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the noodle soup is for conscious students. The Dragon's Nest noodle soup is for merchants and shopkeepers. Oh, they have tooltips. Okay. And then the treasure noodle soup is for laborers, I guess. So if you're a scholar, you need the cheap noodles. Called out. If you're a merchant, you get the Dragon's Nest. It says a blend of vegetables, but it very clearly has a big old fish in it. You sit here. Yeah, okay, I've been doing this wildly wrong. I've just been feeding everybody the cheap soup. This is soup profiling. Okay, I need... Okay, whatever, it's over. Have you played Overcooked or the like? I think you would not enjoy it. It's very stressful. I like Overcooked because I like playing it with friends because I don't know why I like that. You're right, it's incredibly stressful, but I have done it. Yeah, that seemed to work out. That is a wild waste of time. But you know, we got an XP thread, that's nice. Alright. Let's a fresh scene. What do you want? No more noodles! Never again with the noodles. Make your own noodles. Do you like seeing them crumble? It's just, it's fun trying to figure out like a system, and it's satisfying when a system works, and then it's fun when order falls apart amongst your friend group and chaos and anarchy reign supreme, and then you get to find out who the real dictator is and why it's me. I'm drinking coffee. I have my morning coffee. I was a little slow getting started, so I wasn't finished it yet. Kitty, you want to get down? I feel like I also had something called Cook Serve Delicious, but I don't remember how that was different. Is it Irish? My coffee? No. Oh, man. Oh, hail hasten the overcooked overlord. I think the only reason I end up dictating is because when I'm stressed, I get stupid and I don't understand other people's instructions, so it's really better if I just kind of like lay out what's gonna happen so that at least I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Amazing. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So what level are you guys up to? I know more and more people are getting to 70. Arison, thank you for the 33-month resub. Hope you're having a great day in Pandaria. Oh, why, thank you. 32, 60, 70. Nice. Congratulations. Zooming along now. 70 and quit. Early 30s, 64. 52, 55, 40. Oh, yeah. A lot of kind of 40s and 50s. Bunch of 30s, too. Why are 70s doing LFR? Is there a reason? I'm sure it must give you some amount of bronze. That is a good question. What to do at 70, I think, is going to be a big mystery for me to sort out. when I get to 70. I think I'm just going to want to start another character. I'm going to want to get my 12th infinite power achievement, which will probably be at or pretty close to 70, I'm assuming. You need quite a few threads to get it. I want to get that, and then I think I probably just want to level more characters and keep chipping away at the vendor. Got my druid to 30, made a Shadow Priest instead. 31 on her. Did a monk first because I didn't have one, and I think I really hate it. Oh no. Cleaning up quests. I think I may end up doing some zones, quests, and achievements on different characters because, well, I guess it actually won't take that long. I was going to say, I thought I was going to be able to get to 70 while staying just in this zone and then also the Jade Forest stuff that we did, but I'm done with Jade Forest. It sounds like I'm just like a couple of quest hubs away from having the farmer's backpack that I want. Which begs the question of, well, then what am I going to do? Have to leave in 35 minutes to drive to Toronto. Oh, very nice. Have a safe drive. Did bronze acquisition rate increase yet? Do you mean like in form of a hotfix or just in form of me getting it any faster? Because I think I have been picking up my pace, mainly just because I can do quests faster than before with these extra gems and threads and whatnot. Go straight to late game zones if you want on alts. You... Sort of, not exactly. They all have a level that they unlock at, so you can't just be level 10 and then head straight into the end, but you can do it well before 70. There's a chart on the Wowhead Remix guide that tells you when you can start various pieces of content. It doesn't change, I think, from your main to your alt, though. You have the same options regardless. That'll be really good, actually. The distorted reality. Giving 20% more Devouring Plague damage because a lot of the Devouring Plague that you can do is when you're spamming it for free anyway. Having it cost more is fine by me. You were at like 2k an hour in the early levels. Yeah, I'd have to check more closely to find out what my actual rate of it is. I don't have anything tracking it right now. Found that farming some of the mounts like the Corcoran Juggernaut will be faster to do in retail with alts daily than farming 38.5k bronze. True, but if you're farming it on retail, yeah, you can get a lot of attempts in, but you could always end up being one of those poor unfortunate souls that's like a really bad RNG outlier. There's nothing that says that it would drop. But because you can skip to Garrosh, I feel like if I needed that, I would be grinding it in retail as well. Like, I would just take any alts that I had through it. Because how long could it even take in a day? I guess it depends on how many characters you have. Go for the Hulan mount first, because the heck with camping that boss. Nice. I'm sitting on 7k bronze right now. I want to get the mounts first. And then I guess just start working through the transmog. Ideally with the event exclusive transmog first, but I wouldn't be surprised if I end up getting kind of distracted and just getting random stuff. RP takes a while. Plan on spending my bronze in the retail mounts that are a pain to farm. I wonder how reasonable it's going to be to get everything. I guess it's a long event. Moving from a palette with instant buttons to Warlock with definitely not instant buttons is a brain trip. There's always Hunter if you want the glory of being ranged, but you don't want the inconvenience of having to like stand still and cast something like some kind of wizard. I think I'm just itchy to start my Hunter, but I'm not letting myself do it yet. I want to get this one to 70. Yeah, the time running character will transfer to retail. Not until the event ends, so you gotta wait the 90 odd days for Remix to be over. But after it is, all these characters will just become regular retail characters. RP takes 5 to 6 minutes to kill Garrosh at 70 retail. Yeah. I don't know. With the daily lockout, that is pretty tempting. So to upgrade gear, you also need bronze? 70 seems like get 346 as a drop. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of 70 gearing to know if that's the only way to do it, or if you can reliably get better gear just dropping from doing like raids and heroics and stuff. Fresh scene. Oh, that counted as a scenario. That's nice. That's nice. I want to do my Cloud Serpent dailies today, too. I want to see if I'm close to finishing that reputation. I don't need it for the Jade Forest achievement anymore, but... There we go. There's a bunch of bronze. Up to 8,400. Can confirm. 346. I think I'm feeling like I'm going to be able to just smash through the Valley of the Four Winds quests and get this backpack in like 10 minutes. And I don't think that's actually what's going to happen.
All right, then. Yep. Let's head out into that glade. Look for dark, swirling pools of water. That'll be the good stuff.
What are y'all doing with the extra Tinker Cogwheel meta gems? Currently, I'm decorating my bags, maximalism style. They're all stocked up in my bags. If I make my way to the Valley of the Four Winds, then I would like to stop by the bank and just dump the ones that I know I'm not using. Because I don't want to delete them, because I feel like if I delete them, they're just going to drop again. Another opportunity to use your favorite feature. Which feature is that? I did finish Jade Forest. I'm not exalted with Cloud Serpents yet, but that's just dailies at this point. Oh, the stopwatch. Already behind in leveling my Warlock and Remix, even though it's only been 2 days. Sitting about 75% through level 19. I understand the feeling. I tell you not to worry about it too much, but I don't know if that's helpful advice. I think there's loads of time though. Oh, that's right. That's right. He's leveling. He's gathering. I did this fairly recently on retail, and I don't remember why. I just remember we were talking about Mudmug's accent. In Remix, apparently right by the bank there is a vendor that will sell you bags that you can put into your bank to give you more bank space. That is apparently an option. Hunter's the most fun so far. Taking a while to find rares for that achievement. Yeah, I ended up getting kind of lucky with that. I don't think I found a single rare in Valley. I got lucky with the one I just did now, but I also don't think I'm gonna need to do Valley rares because it only wants you to do, like, I can get away with doing the campaign instead. Just logged into my Remix 70 to find all my gear bags gone. Really? That's weird. That's so weird. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. That's concerning. What's the most efficient way to farm bronze? That is a great question. I don't know yet.
Ain't no spiders or crabs in this water.
I don't know yet.
Nearly took off my hand.
What up, home skillet Hazel? What up? When the weather gets warmer, do you feel more or less drive to play WoW? I can't tell you why, but whenever I'm not subbed in summer, I think I should resub. I wonder if it's like I guess I don't know if you ever were in school where you had summers off and you played WoW during the summer, but if that was like a young person memory for you, then maybe you're subconsciously trying to recreate that. I feel like I'm more motivated to play when the weather's bad, like in the winter when the days are really short and it's like cold and wet outside and it's not nice to hang out there all the time. I feel like that's when I want to stay in and play a lot of games. Then in the summer when the days are long and it's beautiful out, I just want to go outside. Getting to play WoW all summer with no responsibility. I miss it so much. So a couple of glyphs I noticed, like Glyph of Stars specifically, the one that lets Moonkins be in like their little astral looking form, was just on a vendor. But I couldn't find a Glyph of Shadow on a vendor. Oh, hang on. We're gonna walk our boy back. I couldn't find the Glyph of Shadow on the vendor. Maybe it's on some different vendor, but I don't know. I am loving Remix so far. Feels like a great way to get that collecting itch scratched. It's so fun to have something that feels familiar, but just different and fresh enough that also, like you said, scratches the collecting itch. I'm just taking my talents kind of at random to make the talent window pop-up go away. Is there a way to get the Recharge Vigor Dragon skill? That I don't know. Someone said they had a script to get dragon riding talents open, which I guess would let you maybe spec into it, but I'm just living without it. You get these Drake traits sometimes that you can hang on to that will fully restore your vigor and give you a little speed boost, so you could always stick those in a bar or a keybind and use that. Did my first dungeon as healer today. Thanks for your suggestions last stream. Oh, nice. Tanks really like seeming in Remix. And sometimes tanks die. Okay, if I'm going to do this farm quest, I'm going to need to pay attention. I think what I want to do is I want to get into Holy Spec. I want to sort out my bars a little bit. And I want to look to get into normal raid, I think. Which begs the question. I guess I don't have any tier set bonuses or anything, so. Begs the question. I swear I must have had an end to that sentence. There must have been more there. Oh. I don't even know where Mogu'shan Vaults is. I do not know. No idea. Do people ever recognize you in instances? Not sure how much you pug. Not very often anymore, but my characters aren't named Hazel anymore. It happened more when I had all of my characters named Hazel. You'd have to be watching the stream pretty recently to know that Smelly Shellfish is me. Class Ensemble's weapons unlocked. First gold done. Nice. Couldn't lie on the north side. Okay. Because I wonder if I'm probably going to need to go there. One second. See if Flabby wants to come. It's the raid that drops the Astral Cloud Serpent. Thank you. Alright. Let me try the script just for argument's sake. Oh yeah. Is that gonna... It doesn't seem to have the extra ones though. I don't know if it's really gonna... I don't think it's gonna really help. Would you consider I'm Smelly Shellfish as negative self-talk? Really depends on your opinions on smelliness and shellfish. I betcha if it was up to my dog and he could smell like Smelly Shellfish, that would be like the best day of his life. All right, I will do MSV, but in a few minutes. I'm gonna wait for Flabby to get done with this dungeon.
What do you need? Speak up.
Vermin tooth. All right. LFR seems to be same mogs and not recolors. Yeah, there are a few. Oh, owie. Transmog sets that have gotten kind of like recolors or upscales. Like I think there's a new Shadow Pan looking set, but the vast majority of the mog that you're gonna find in the dungeons and raids and on the vendors is the same mog that we were getting in Pandaria. So if you already had it, then you already have it. It's just a convenient way to go and fill in gaps in that collection. Before, if you could smell Smelly Shellfish or if you could smell like Smelly Shellfish. I think he would want to smell like Smelly Shellfish. I think he would want to roll in them and then smell like that forever. I wouldn't want that. But depending on how fast you are, sometimes it's not up to you. Anyone have the bug yet where their remix tune is missing everything when you log back in besides gold and bronze? That happened to Captain Lemons earlier. Someone else in stream mentioned that happened. So it is, if it makes you feel any better, it's not just you. That sounds horrifying though. That makes me like worried to log out. Oh dear. I am 50 intellect, 400 stamina. I think starting with a fully upgraded cloak on alt with like a rank 12 cloak is still gonna be a pretty big deal. I'm pretty excited about that. I've only done 10 Cloak of Infinite Power achievements, and I'm pretty sure that you need quite a few more threads to get the last two. I think it raises, you need like a lot more. The Glyph Vendor, I think I saw it in the bazaar somewhere. Let me go take a look. I think that's where it was. It didn't have very many glyphs though. Like it had like 2 glyphs. It had the astral glyph form. I remember being disappointed because I wanted it to have the Shadow Priest one so that I could see Shellfish a little better through all this void, and it didn't have that. I know that, Scarlet. We were talking about that earlier. Infinite Power 11 is next for me. 2,200 threads. So it's like, what, 4,000 for 12? I think 100% XP is still a good cloak. There's a Reddit report that if your character has their gear gone, you can delete it and restore it to recover the gear. Okay. I was going to look for that Glyph Vendor. Where did I see it? It wasn't here. It's not the gem procurement.
Don't underestimate the Isles.
It was like on the back of a vendor.
May the eternal sun shine upon me.
Protect the truth.
Seek
The Raid Finder sets? Did Nostwin have it? Yeah. So Nostwin, the Snacks and Scrolls whelp, has for 5 bronze specifically the Glyph of Stars for Druid. They also have the Fetch manual and the Play Dead manual. And a Neural Silencer. And that's it. You couldn't just put the Glyph of Shadows on there. That is oddly specific, right? Susmo, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. 4,200 for the last one. Holy smokes. Feels like my XP gain in my cloak has been stalled out for a good 10 levels. Mostly get it from raid bosses, yeah. Getting so many new toys I didn't have before from doing all these side quests. Nice. All classes in the drop down. I mean, it's already showing me something that's not for priest. It doesn't change anything. So strange. I mean, at least you can get Glyph of Stars if you're a druid. Like, if you're playing Boomkin and you can't possibly fathom being an owl, then I suppose it's good news for you. But I wanted to be a little less purple. John Rick was here. Thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm gonna get back into Holy Spec, and I'm gonna, I guess, wend my way up there. Now I'm gonna start to feel the lack of dragon riding vigor, I'm sure. Can't possibly fathom being so shadowy. I heard they added a barbershop. I don't know to where. Although while I'm in Vale, actually, I want to stop by and pick up the flight point, and also see about the bank shrine. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, so we have the flight point. I could never navigate my way around these things because I know they're flipped for Horde and Alliance. Did I do it? Is this the bank? No. Must be the other way. You cannot transfer your bronze to another character. anything that you can spend. I'm not looking for the barber. I'm looking for the bank. Anything that you can spend is anything that you can spend it on though is going to be account wide. Did Mogu'shan level 25 but half an hour? Doing it at 68. We've wiped on every attempt multiple times. Oh man. I want a barber mat. What should it look like? I think
Tell me of your travels.
which race would make the would be the barbers? I feel like often goblins. Okay. So there should be, so here's the bank. I heard storage enthusiast. Yeah, so gimme these. You can buy them for like 10 bronze. That should be enough. And then we can use a little bit of gold from quests and stuff to buy bag space. It's kind of a nice thing to have done just for the future of this character too. And then let me go ahead and just start with all of the meta gems that I'm not using. What about cogwheel gems? Because I'm pretty happy with the one that I have. We can stick all the extra cogwheel gems in there. Tinker gems are harder because I might actually want to put some of them on. But I do have ever so many that I'm not using right now. So maybe I'll just drop them in. And we can always come back to the bank later on if we get more gem slots basically. The prismatic ones I want to carry around with me so I can properly combine them together. But that's pretty nice. Alright, I'm going to look for an MSV. Find a group. Normal. Fresh. I'm looking to most likely heal. Oh, that's Terrace of Endless Spring. Let's sign up for that. There we go. See if I could head vaguely in that direction to show, I don't know, Moxie. Belfs, in one of their jokes, they critique Undead's haircuts. At one point, should one stop upgrading their Cloak XP, make a new tune? I would do it after you get the final Infinite Power achievement, which is Infinite Power 12. I would not do it before then, because even if you later get Infinite Power 12 on your main character, the ult that you made, their cloak will never upgrade. Like, it won't upgrade, it won't catch up, basically. That buff applies only to future characters that you make, so I'm trying to get all 12 Infinite Power achievements on my first character before I make any second ones. Exactly the same thing. As soon as I got to the bank, offloaded everything. All the things in my bag were just so anxiety-inducing. I know, I probably shouldn't do it, but I'm tempted to just destroy, like, the bees and the, like, you know, what is this? The meteor chips. I'm sure they're useful, but if I'm not going to use them, then I'm not going to use them. Not the bees. Any way to check how much more? I think you'd have to... I don't see any way to track it because maybe there's a weak word that does it, but the actual achievement, even if you go and you find your next Infinite Power achievement, it will not... It'll just say that you haven't gathered 2,200 threads yet or whatever it is. Like, it won't tell you how many that you have gathered. Not like you can sell them. It really should not be called Infinite Power. Sounds like it should be Power 12. I have a script for that. I'm okay, but I'm okay. Made ults anyways for the bronze. Not a bad idea. Had to unequip and re-equip the cloak for it to update. Oh, really? Fascinating. I didn't know that would work. Okay, yeah, all right. Now that I see it, fine. I will. I want to check. Let me do check threads. I'm curious. You got me. You always have to find a good icon. It's very important. How does it work? I'm gonna zone in. Script didn't work for me. Yeah. Narcissus can show you too. Help with gem info. Gil just had that one wreck today. Yeah, somebody said that Narcissus was good, but I didn't know that it can count threads.
Untouched by time for thousands of years. Who knows what secrets await?
Drake Arrest, thank you for the 8-month resub.
Warriors have vanished into this tomb.
Okay.
Have your wits about you.
Check and see if there's anything else I can do with my prismatic gems. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Narcissus does show it. New layout? I rearranged my streaming room. Oh, you're right. You're right. My Twitch bot. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but it like it pulled out some data in the middle of it. Yeah. I bet you the script works fine. It just didn't land in Twitch chat properly. I'm very curious as to how this goes. I guess I can look up the I can look up the fights vaguely. They don't have like a quick summary section. I remember when I was doing this in LFR, I thought the Guardians were trash. I didn't even notice it. Pursuit of Justice seems pretty great. Just a base increase of 8% movement and mount speed. Yeah, that's what I'm using. For a while I was running Blink because I think Blink technically is more speed, but I wasn't remembering to use Blink, and I figured the 8% speed that I could just leave on all of the time was pretty darn good. Found some trash mobs are harder than the bosses. Oh, that's right. We can summon a summoning stone. I forgot about that. I had Soul Shape, wasn't remembering it either. Yeah, I think I'm leaving that in for sure. I wonder if on future characters, if it'll be worth trying to struggle through like the heroic scenarios or the heroic dungeons early, like well before 70, to try to get the extra whatchamacallums, to try to get the extra. Here, let's look at this. It'll be kind of fun. Deep breath. Evokers. Gear pieces that have more gem slots so that you could be even stronger when you're leveling. It sounds kind of intriguing because I know that I was way too scared and it was like way too much damage for me to do it on my first character without all those threads, but you get a pretty big stam buff as well as some main stat along with 100% XP on a rank 12 infinite power achievement cloak. So, maybe it would go better. Trailblazer is by far the best. I had Trailblazer before I switched to Pursuit of Power. I like Pursuit of Power because it continues functioning in combat. So it also helps me with like getting out of the way of stuff if there was ever any stuff for me to get out of the way of. But yeah, 30% is pretty nice. Like having vanished on my hunter. Will I learn what's going on, or am I just gonna hope for the best? Follow-up question. Do I have Mop DBM installed? Add-ons, DBM. It's installed but not on. Let me reload. There we go. I think there's still enough scaling shenanigans that as a fresh 11, a tank can solo a heroic dungeon. Oh, interesting. Okay, well now at least hopefully the, let me use a bunch of scrolls. So we did Fort, Mystic Power, Wild, Battle Shout. Battle Shout's already up. Chaos. And Int. There we go. Full complement to scrolls. Also, I need to remember that I have Tireless Spirit. On, oh yeah, there we go. May as well just use it. So people are doing real tight groups then with this 226 comp. No extra pieces whatsoever. I haven't done 10-man raiding in a long time. Something did a lot of damage. Oh, they're 10-man only. Oh. Why did I think they were flex? Maybe that would have made the tuning like too messy. They couldn't do flex and level combos. Weird. LFR is flex and siege is 20. Okay. Maybe I'm just kind of forgetting how raids used to be in Pandaria because I didn't do them. I know that they added flex raiding in Siege of Argamar because it was like a whole thing and I was excited to do it. Oh, hey, look, they killed it. That's good.
That was close.
Yeah, we had some overload.
Seems to have activated with the demise of the Guardians. I
I'm just
fear
gonna
what we may find with
zip back here. I'm excited to loot this boss. I'm at... Oh man, all my scrolls! I'm at 61% XP currently. Should be good XP threads in here. Yeah, now up to 76%. Also, 400 bronze. And a cosmetic chest piece, which is strange, that also has 3 slots, but no item level? That's bizarre. That's so weird. It was like a piece of gear, except that you couldn't put it on. You could only learn it, but like it had stats and slots. Yeah, my raid frames are default UI. I've moved them around with the edit mode, but that's about it. Never seen something like that yet. It seems like they couldn't decide what it was supposed to be. Or they were, I don't know. That's strange. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I also got a item level 128 helmet. So if I can pop out my metagem and pop it into this new helmet, that will make my Tireless Spirit. Although Tireless Spirit seems like a flat effect. I don't think it's really going to scale. You know, 100% resource reduction is 100% resource reduction regardless. Yeah, you can get slots in every single... You can get rings and you can get necks and you can get trinkets. You need to do achievements for them. So if you look through the remix achievements, you'll find that it's offering you a neck piece for doing all of the raids on normal. You get 1 ring for doing the dungeons in heroic and 1 ring for doing the scenarios in heroic. You get a trinket for doing 3 of these achievements. You get another trinket for doing... I forget. Something else. But yeah, they're achievement locked. And unfortunately, they are character specific. That was another thing that I asked Flabby to check for me, is once you've unlocked like a neck, for example, on your first character, your second character cannot, like they would have to do that achievement again. Those things are not account-wide unlocks. Mobarik, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. And Gearpaw, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Things that felt more natural to say when I was like 22. So the neck was, I think, from raids, from doing all the normal raids. It doesn't drop in the raid, it's just the achievement. And same thing with like the dungeons and stuff. You must do that achievement if you want that piece of gear. I really didn't switch to any healing gems. So I should make sure I'm doing enough damage to be contributing a little bit. How did scenarios feel? They were fun. I was doing normal scenarios while leveling a little bit. I haven't tried any heroic scenarios yet. Wake it, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I'm excited. I'm making a hazel pizza today. I need to remember to start my pizza dough in the afternoon because it takes a little while. Heroic Shadowpan is just awful. Oh. The Vault scenario in Heroic, last boss, hella overtuned. my mana. I'll be curious to check healing numbers after this and see if I'm actually helping. Kags, thank you for the 14-month resub. Holy smokes, guys. I feel so special. Third boss hits like a train, drops aggro when he disorients the tank. Oh. So we checked that, Lenny. I had my friend look at that. It is true that those things are on a vendor, but if you don't have the achievement on the character that's trying to buy them, it will not let you buy them. Maybe they would change that later. I would love it if they did. I feel like those things maybe you should be able to have them on your alts if you've earned them once in your main. But it seems like just a way for you to replace them if you did not, like if you scrap them or something. It just seems like a safeguard for that. So I want to do that. I want to get my gem back, and I want to move it. Another 400 bronze. And up to 88% XP gain. I want bronze to buy mounts, but I also want to upgrade gear. Yeah. I spent some to fill up my collection of Tinker gems, but I think that's as far as I'm gonna go. I think the rest of my bronze is for like mounts and Mog and stuff. I gotta remember why I'm here. I think that's the key thing to get the most out of Remix, is to figure out what you specifically and personally want from it. Are you looking for like the nostalgia of just doing all of this again? Are you trying to make your character as strong as they can possibly be? Are you trying to just buy everything off the vendor? Maybe you're not worried about buying everything, but you just want to get like the exclusive items from the achievements, like the Cherry Blossom Trail toy and the Halfhill backpack and stuff. You know, there's no wrong answers, but I feel like knowing what you want is going to make it a lot easier to prioritize what you're going to do, especially at 70. The ultimate boss. Vendors. Upgraded my main to 346, helps me farm faster. Seems like a good trade-off. How much bronze do you need for everything? I don't know the exact number. I have a feeling that the exact number would be difficult to hear. One of those pieces of information that you hear it and your heart just like stops. Your breath catches in your chest. You can hear your own pulse. Yeah, it's a lot. I am very curious to figure out, or learn when someone else figures out, eventually, once you kind of get settled and you get your first character set up, what the kind of most easily accessible, efficient way of getting bronze is going to be. Is it going to be like doing all of the raids once through on different characters, maybe? Because like I'm getting 400 bronze per boss. But I think that's for doing the boss the first time. I don't know if that's repeatable on this character. And then if it's for the first time, is that an account-wide first time? Is it character-specific? If you get to 70 and you're just doing like heroic raids, does that just give you like tons and tons and tons of it? Are there dailies at level 70 that are stronger? Like I'm curious as to what the workflow looks like for bronze once we've kind of shaken out how the different options feel. Because I'm sure there's going to be one answer that is like the mathematically fastest way that is technically possible to do it, and then there's going to be a second answer that is how fast it is possible for most people playing normally to do it. Bronze isn't shared, but if you're farming it across multiple characters, you could share the load of purchasing everything from the vendors. So if you're just trying to get everything off the vendor, you could buy like 10 mounts in one character and 10 mounts in another character, and you would still have the same amount of account progress because those things are account-wide. Apparently the best bronze farm are Frost on the Timeless Isles. Huh. Probably was the remix only mounts in Mog. After that, stir all the bronze till near the end and see what I've been able to complete with drops. That's really smart too. Don't want to take remix super sweaty? Get what you can? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm planning to play as sweaty as I can. Which is not as sweaty as most people. I'm pretty laid back these days. but as sweaty as I can for as long as I feel like it. And then get the rest of the remix exclusive stuff. And then quit whenever I burn out, basically. Like, try to get as much of the old Mog and stuff off the vendors as I can, just for collection's sake. But if I feel like I don't want to play anymore, or something else comes up that sounds like it's more fun, then by all means, go. Big bonus XP. So I'm up to 47, and my cloak is now finally up to 100.
Bah, bested by the likes.
I want the golden sparkle
What a
dragon.
shame for a Zandalari priest to
Do you think your priest will be endgame tune, or are you going ally?
take your trick
I don't know how. It kind of depends on what endgame looks like. If it's just pugging raids, then I don't think I'm going to be too worried about what it is that I'm playing.
untie a window. I'll be back.
Because at first I thought that maybe like a whole bunch of the guild would be, because I think a bunch of our guildies are playing, but I don't, because the raids are on like a daily reset, it seems very much like everybody's just going to kind of do the content that they can do whenever they can, and that we're not really like organizing and coordinating times to go do all of it.
Kings of Mogu'shan. What might this button do?
So I think I'm probably just going to end up playing whatever, although I would like an ally character.
Look here. It is the
Has Remix
history of the
Gemhelter had any bad
island of
interactions with anyone else's add-ons? It seems to be slowing my game down.
kept the kingdoms in check.
I haven't noticed that for myself yet, but I was thinking of turning it off and trying out Narcissus instead to see if I like the look of that any better. Because I haven't actually been like really making good use of it. Oh, you know what? I got Divine Hymn, and I have not yet put it on my bar.
This looks
Let's
to
do
be the record of Kyang the Merciless, a great conqueror who ruled his vassals with an iron fist.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
3 bosses. Okay. I didn't know how long this raid was. I figured if I checked the achievement, I would find out.
I've heard tales
My
of
bags are so full of stuff, I'm afraid to get rid of it. It's giving me a headache. Earlier, I went by the shrine in Vale of Eternal Blossoms, and I just dumped all of my extra cogwheel and metagems into my bank, and I feel a lot better. You can go at any time. You don't need to level up to any particular threshold. There is a vendor that will sell you extra bags to put into your bank in exchange for like 10 bronze each, and you can just dump them all off there.
Meng was the most foul, maniacal ruler to ever abuse.
I'm imagining that if you have them stashed in your bank, they're not going to drop again, and that if you want to use them, you would just go back to your bank and pick them back up. Started off trying to read all the quest text, but I ended up not sticking with it. Yeah, I feel that. My compromise has been to leave dialogue sound on, so if I feel like listening to the NPCs yammer, then I can, and that's been pretty fun, but yeah, I think reading. I don't got time to read. X Arthur, thank you for the 24-month resub. 2 years with Hazel. Doesn't it go fast? Holy moly. Heading out. Goodbye. I hope you have a wonderful day, Mr. Sonichin. Forgot how good the voice acting was. I'm not surprised by how much of it there was. I don't remember them doing this much voice acting in later. I don't know. Like Wad came after. Oops. My bad. Wad came after this. But maybe I just had my sound turned off because I got tired of orcs growling at me. I might have just turned it off. I think I just, I walked in front of the tank. That's my bad. We do have a Death Knight. So I'm sure it is possible, although I don't know if they're high enough level to have. They're level 70.
I am too quick, too clever.
Will we get WAD remix? Maybe one day they'll work through all of them. Maybe they'll do all of it. Might depend on how easy it is to replicate this one now that they've got a framework for it.
You stood no chance. All that is yours. Mine.
Hi, Hazel. Hope you're having a good day. Hi, Tori. Thank you very much. I'm pretty embarrassed that I died. They have no healers now, so... Although they have Death Knight. They don't need me. Does it matter what level you start normal raids? Want to move away from LFR ASAP? And people are saying they were doing it just fine at 25.
All that is yours. Mine. Soon. You will
Normal definitely seems a lot more worth your time than LFR, though.
shadows.
If you're in a rush for the scenario daily or have done all of them, the needle card daily counts for it. Next logical remix next would be Legion. Could redo the artifact weapons to be like the Cloak.
Darkness comes for you, and with it,
What expansion do you least want to see remixed? I was thinking through them and I'm like, well, they all sound pretty fun. I'd be kind of down to do any of them. I guess Shadowlands, because I'm not ready to go back just yet, and I feel like I got a lot of that stuff at the time, and I feel like with Covenants, it would be just too messy. Cata Classic BC. See, I would really like Cata Remix, but that's just because I'm not playing Cata Classic. Don't want Water Shadowlands.
the darkness comes for
I want BFA the most, Cata the least.
the Emperor. The sentence
I think I want BFA the most,
death.
and then Shadowlands the least. WoD Remix, but we get the unfinished stuff put in. I think there's no chance. I think it's a cool idea that they will not do.
Mine.
BFA without Azurite gear would be okay. BFA has so many collectibles, it's perfect.
For my amusement.
BFA had incredible content. I think it was just let down by Azurite power and Azurite gear. I think BFA with this gearing system would be absolutely fine. Legion feels like it almost has too many quests. With class order hall campaigns and artifact campaigns and all of the rest of it. I feel like Legion feels like it has too much to replay. Panda, one of the nice things about playing Panda Remix is it feels like I can kind of almost realistically like replay all of the different campaigns and not feel super
Die.
put out by that.
A secret passage has opened beneath the platform. This way.
Anybody got a scroll of res?
Look at the dust along the floor. These dark halls have not seen footfalls for many
Thanks.
centuries.
They're not very impressed with me and my standing in front of something.
Once, the Mogu enslaved all of the races of Pandaria and bent them to their nefarious will. These genies
Excited to do the patch content. Time I remember getting to the Isle of Thunder, getting demolished by everything. Imagine having to redo Nashatar and Mechagon Achieves though for Remix. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Do I have... I spec'd into Master Spell, I'm pretty sure.
It is coming
I
from
did,
this
yeah.
direction.
Magnaros, thank you for the 2-month resub. You don't want to do a half a year elemental experiments for the crab now? Sometimes once is enough. forgot about war fronts entirely. They sounded so cool. And then I feel like, for me, the promise was just it didn't pan out like at all. Because it was never I wanted it to capture that feeling of playing an RTS, but with the fantasy of being one of the units in the RTS. That was kind of the whole fundamental, like, Warcrafty thing about it in Warfronts is, oh man, we're gonna capture these things and we're gonna, you know, but because it's a team effort, you don't, as an individual player, contribute very much to the strategy unless you're ordering everybody around. Which, you know, good luck. Have fun trying that in a bug. And otherwise, it just felt like your actions didn't have all that much impact. It just kind of felt like a weird, long scenario. Yeah, I also really loved Island Expeditions. Were you able to lose one on normal? I think it was technically possible. I don't think I ever saw it happen. Flo here now. What's up, Irchi? How you doing? Happy Saturday. I hope your weekend's going well.
This room pulses with energy. But
would have loved
things
Islands
unlike
more if there
any
was
we
no
have
opposing
seen so
faction and
far.
more like procedurally generated platforming.
Fascinating. I
Different
have never
strokes.
heard tales of anything like this. The Mogu hide their secrets.
I like the
well.
NPCs. I didn't do actual PvP islands with real people, but I thought that the NPC AI was kind of funny. I got a kick out of it. I liked what was his name? The rogue that would stab you, the sneaky stabby
Let's see.
McStabberson. I forget. He had it was like a thing. It was a meme. Sneaky Pete. Yeah. I liked the island NPCs because they brought me Sneaky Pete. That's right.
Magnificent. It talks. This seems
All right.
beyond
I don't
what
know
we
a thing
thought
about
the
how
Mogu
Elegon
were
works,
capable of.
except that I'm gonna not stand too much in the middle because I'm afraid to fall in. I did this in LFR and I learned nothing.
Oh dear, this could get messy. I will observe from a safer distance.
Maybe a frontal. Ads. Ads. Dodge stuff, I guess. I know everyone hated him, but I thought Nathanos was funny. He's the only character insulting us instead of saying how great we were. Mm-hmm. Cloak 12 is 4,200 threads, literally 1 to 11 combined. Yeah, it's gonna be a big project. Oh, we're doing it without him. Okay, so you can reset by kind of dipping back over the edge. Whoop, 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 whoop. know that eventually the floor disappears, and I don't know this fight well enough to know when it happens, and I'm terrified. I also really don't want to die again, because I think if I do, they might kick me. I know we only have one boss left after this. And it's probably a pain to replace somebody. But they were not happy. This happened in LFR as well. I don't think it's supposed to stay in this phase for this long. Water Goddess, thank you for the 35-month resub. Double J42, thanks for the brand new sub. Clicked through all my buff scrolls only to realize I was buffing some rando. Oh no. Oh man. I ought to send you flowers. Oh yeah, alright, it tells you. Is it all over? Or I can't help but notice that some people fell in the hole. Alright. Hey, the loot's here this time. You start a new character for time running.
The machine has been destroyed, and so the Moguls
There we go.
are weakened.
Decent,
These discs look familiar, but
decent
I cannot place their
experience.
origin.
I don't have mass res, do I? I have regular res.
The discs. I must.
You're kind of at the bottom of a very deep hole. I don't know if we can regular res.
The Titans. It would seem the Moguls salvaged and repurposed.
You can thank Water Goddess. I forgot subs were a thing.
technology to
I heard there's a barber in the in the shrine, the main city
must go.
in Vale.
We are not done yet.
All right, we got one more boss. I also want to put on some of this. Hang on, that's so weird. That's the thing that I got before. It's that loot that's like cosmetic. Can I equip it? I can equip it. Okay. Although it doesn't really have an item level, so I'm very confused as to how good it is. I don't know. It has more stamina. That seems good. Outside the building, the blue equipment has your primary stat. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let me, while we're waiting. It's so funny because the first time I got that piece, I couldn't even equip it because it like did the cosmetic learn thing. Let's pop the gems out of the old one. See if there's any new gems to combine anyway. Crit, haste. Whoa. And then maybe like mastery? Seems reasonable. Yeah. And then what else did we get? I definitely got legs. Yeah, I've got M level 135 legs that are blue. Probably faster just to scrap the old ones to get the gems back. Also, I've got a third gem socket, so I'm gonna have to find some stuff to put in here. Those are speed. Those are leech. That's crit. I'm being pretty haphazard with my gems, but what do you do? There we go. Play at 70, find blue gear with the stats you want in every slot, upgrade that. So much relief after unloading gems into bank. It's just pixels, yet so happy. Yeah, you can make gems legendary. It takes so many of the little baby gems to do it. So if you really want to min-max, you could say, oh, maybe you should spend your bronze to buy just like a ton of the prismatic gems to combine to get more legendary gems for all your gem slots. It would be pretty expensive, but it is a path if you're trying to like really make your character as strong as you possibly can. Reset a couple of these debuffs here. Does not give more stats than epic ones, just bonus stam. Yeah. 70 gems drop way more, feels like. Okay. What level am I up to? I'm 49. Catching stream, followed yesterday. Thanks for the awesome videos. Oh, thanks for being here, Jack. Appreciate it. Might not want to combine your 3 bis secondary gems. Oh, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. How much bronze am I at? I've got 11k. But the 3 calls me to be combined. I know. I've been just reflexively combining gems anytime I see a triple stack in my bags. I could have sworn I had that Leap of Faith gem already. Surely it's not dropping again. Maybe I didn't have it yet. My cloak buff is up to 124%.
Astounding. An actual functional Mogu construct machine. We cannot allow this to fall into the wrong hands.
Class sets are available in retail. My understanding is that anything that you've added to your account collection, anything that you just like right click and learn, like a mount or transmog, is going to be available in retail right away. The thing that you would need to wait for is if you want to use your time running character in Dragonflight, or if you've leveled it for Heritage Armor. You can't start the Heritage Armor quest line until it gets released as a regular Dragonflight character, but any cosmetics that you're earning you can use right away. Do mechanics really matter in normal? I got one shot by a frontal. It is they matter some. They definitely matter a little bit. I still definitely don't like know the fights. I turned DBM on to hope that would help. How was your day? So far, so good. It's about 10:30 in the morning for me. I woke up at 6, but then I was like, you know what? I don't gotta get up early and finish my news video because I finished it last night. So I read my book for a bit and went back to sleep until like 8 a.m. It was awesome. I refuse to believe this fight has any mechanics. We have been 9-manning stuff because we had a DPS DC and we haven't successfully replaced them. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. Do they feel like a time walking raid? A little bit, yeah. Yeah, you can solo mob content in retail outside of Remix. And while Remix is active, the mob raids have a daily lockout instead of a weekly lockout, so you could even farm them more frequently to get all kinds of stuff. Aquain, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. West Coast, best coast? Others are also best, to be fair. I do love the West Coast. Oh, but that's because I've always lived here. I can't imagine living anywhere else. I can't imagine moving terribly far from here, like, ever again. I've moved enough in my life. I want to stay. I want to stay home. Aw, I have a kitty cat on the floor right here next to my chair. Are you sure you don't want to sit on my lap? Yeah. I think she's comfy. I live in MI. I hate it and got priced out of the West Coast. That is a real concern. I have news. Hi, Scarlett. What is your news? I live off the West Coast. Island life is great. I have all of the discs and cranes from the vendor. Oh. We can try. I think we're going to try it without the other healers, so I would be solo healing it. Oh, they're back. Woo! Yeah, life's getting more expensive everywhere for sure. Which one is your favorite class? I like priest most. But when it comes to fun events like this, my heart wants to play a hunter. I want to make my second character is going to be a hunter, and I'm impatient. But I'm making myself wait until I get the 12th threads achievement, which takes some doing. I think I'm going to be 70 before I do it. Looking to move outside the city. Every one bedroom is like 2k plus one. Cloak won't work on alts. So your alt will get a cloak. It's just not the same level of overpowered. It's still pretty good. But yeah, I was disappointed too. Got the last thread, 4,200 total. That reminds me, after I finish this raid, I want to get Narcissus so I can poke around and see the extra remix features they added. I want to give that a try. I have this, speaking of just like money, I have this desire right now to kind of minigame, metagame finances. Like I always try within some amount of reason to be smart with money. But right now I'm just kind of wanting to kind of metagame it, like track it more closely, define like a specific budget, and then see how much you can save beyond that, basically. Like, no, again, within reason. I'm not trying to be like extremely frugal, but it sounds fun to collect a bunch of data about my financial habits, just for me, mind you, not for like content. This is kind of personal information, but collect a bunch of data about my financial habits, play around with making it into pretty charts, and see if I can find any insights. It sounds like fun. I track monthly expenses a couple times a year just to see where it all goes. Yeah, I've had a bad habit for a long time of not wanting to look too closely at it, as long as I would kind of give my finances like a squinty-eyed look to make sure that they were going in the correct direction and that there was a big enough safety net. I'm going to stand a little farther back out here. But it sounds fun to be more specific about it, especially because I'm kind of on a kick right now of reminding myself that I don't need... I have everything I need in my life, so the only things that I really need to be purchasing are, like, renewable things and consumable things, like food and, like, basic, like, everyday essentials and supplies and whatnot. And finding ways to do that are cost-effective, it's kind of fun. I don't use any healing add-ons. I just use default built-in mouse over healing. I turn on mouse over casting in my settings, and then I have default raid frames as well. So I just mouse over the regular raid frames and I press my favorite healing buttons, and then I watch people's health dance. Rachel, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. The only thing I haven't decided yet in my desire for data is how much work do I want to put into it. Like I know a lot of things can automate it for you, do I want to just like track my outgoing and be like, I'm spending X amount on groceries? Or do I want to like dig into like a given grocery receipt, you know, enter that data into a spreadsheet and figure out like how much am I spending on pantry items versus dairy versus produce? Like at what point have I lost it? How much is too much? I guess it depends on if I'm trying to like get my grocery bill down or if I'm just trying to keep an eye on what it is. Keep meaning to try mouse over casting. So used to old school clicking on people to heal them. Hey, we made it. We did it.
It is done now.
And I'm level 50.
Yet, how many of these machines are hidden beneath the earth? How much do we not know about the dark secrets of the Mogu?
All right. I'm getting out of this raid. Gonna hearth back to the Drunken Hosen. Tracking monthly is depressing. Paying over 1K a month in taxes in the house. How is this different from renting? That is a lot of tax. I mean, if you're renting, there's not, you know, you can never be 100% sure that the place that you're renting will be available to rent forever. You know, sometimes things change. People sell buildings. Things get torn down and rebuilt and whatnot. They'll put something under construction for 4 years. There's nothing that you can do about it. It's not, you know, most of the time you don't have to worry about that kind of thing, but you never know. Chaos Buddhist, thank you for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it very, very much. Also, Clarion X with a 22-month resub. Thanks, guys. I am going to take a short break. And when I come back, I had a plan that I've forgotten, but maybe I'll remember it when I've gone up. BRB. Okay. Whoa. Earbuds everywhere. Wild guess you wanted to Mog, maybe? What are you trying to say? You got something to say? You can say it to his face? I legitimately just want to buy a van, live in that, down by the river. Yeah, is it where the watermelons grow? Or is that by the bay? Oh man, dragon riding really helps with distance remix. I wanna I think what I wanted to do was make sure I've put all my upgrades on for sure. That's one of them. Let's start with that. We got some bronze caches for doing the raid. That's nice. I'm up to 12k bronze. So let me put on the highest item level stuff that I have. Just make sure I'm wearing the best things. I'm not too fussed about my stats yet. I'm just kind of going for item level right now. I've got a blue 135 weapon. Those bracers are much better. I wonder why that Shaska investment piece didn't get an item level. I'm just going to assume it's around 135 based on the stats. That shoulders are better. Pardon me. And then that all looks good. So now I can scrap the rest of that gear and then it'll pop any gems that were in there out into my bag so that I can put them back into my new stuff. It was Narcissus. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So hang on. We're gonna do this. I got this Remix Gem Helper. I haven't been using it at all. Maybe I just don't fully understand how it works and I'm too cranky to learn. I'm too cranky to change. Favorite race or race lore is new to streams. Watch your YouTube. I like gnomes. Gnomes are my favorite race to play. Although I don't know much about their lore aside from having lost their city and having the Worgans beat them back to reclaiming their city. It's embarrassing. Maybe it's all the radiation. Okay. So that scrapped a bunch of stuff. And then I want to make sure that we have tinkers in... Oh man, I wish you could just right click these to equip them. Tinkers in there. 3 tinkers in here. I wonder if I just got a new slot actually. Another one. And then I think I'm actually I think that was all the tinkers I had before, so we gotta find more. Give you a shield. Sure, yeah. that wouldn't hurt. And that all looks good. All right. Second order of business is Narcissus. So I want to go into my add-ons manager real quick. Also, I lost my sound. You guys, I don't really hear anything. I hear everything. To be fair, that's about all the lore that they have. Spoiled Bat, thank you for the 28-month resub. Getting into some Panda Remix myself this morning. Happy Saturday, Hazel. Happy Saturday. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Yes, if you scrap the item with it socketed, it does give you the gem back. Creating content can take so much time. How do you find the energy to create stuff in the stream? Large amounts of burnout and making almost no content relative to my peers. My channels are alive, but like I've been kind of on life support for like years. I'm still trying to figure that one out. All right, I was uninstalling the gem helper because it's too fancy for me and I don't want it anymore. I'm sure it's good, but I'm all right. I'm going to uninstall Remix Gem Helper and I'm going to reinstall Narcissus because I'm sure I've had it before. Let's get that back and then we'll give a reload and we'll have a look at it. Oh, Scarlet on the stream streak. Thank you. My new time running tunes, Cloak buff for my higher level tune isn't the same. Yeah, it was I feel like their marketing was misleading on that point. Getting your cloak will start as a template at various levels depending on how high you got your infinite power achievement, but it's not the same stats and threads that your cloak had. Starting to speed up a lot post 30, just like real life. Oh man. They descend from mechanomes. Gnomes are one of the few races that can actually go and meet their creator. Alright. How... Hang on. Oh, that's right. I had to reload. Narcissus is clean. Thanks, Wolfcloud. I'm doing my best. I think I really owe a lot to you guys for supporting the stream over all these years when I've been doing my thing. Lucy Mom, thank you for the 12-month resub. Happy 1 year. Appreciate it very much. Unspent talent points. Yeah. Whatever. Give me anything. Give me anything. And then, so Narcissus. Oh, okay. Interesting. That must be what it is. Because I know Narcissus often is like dressing room features. Like it gives you like this enormous dressing room. So at first I thought that's what somebody was recommending it for. Because like, yeah, it does look great. That is true. Oh, thanks for the gift subs. I really appreciate it. Oh, Jeff got one too. Nice. With the score, Pixel927, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. It's only 10:47. Did my headphones die? Are you guys hearing sub alerts? Because I don't hear them anymore. My goodness. But it looks like the real kicker with Narcissus is it's telling me which gems I have socketed. It has a list of which tinkers I have in and Cocktail and Meta. And then it also has a number for my cloak. Left click to open gem manager. Whoa. So it's not showing me anything that is in my bags, which is fair. Anything that is in my bag but not equipped. So if I right click this. Okay, no, it's not gonna let me do that. For a moment I thought it was gonna let me just like change them out. Maybe it would. Just for fun. If I click the shield. Oh, I see. I could right click it to remove it. And then it shows me what I could put in. Okay, this is way better. This is so good. Huge props to the people who made this. That's amazing. Right click and to swap gems out. That's fantastic. Okay, so I pop that one out, put this one back. Yeah, I like that. That's good. You know what that is it's intuitive. It's easy to figure out what to do with it. Just realized I got my 1 year badge. Golden acorn for moi. What is that? Narcissus. Prismatic window, good too. Yeah. So I can see I have an extra leech gem. It's just showing me the ones I have socketed. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's nice. How am I back here? Oh, I guess this is where my Hearthstone was set. Yeah, we can fly back to the Valley of the Four Winds. Now that I've done the raid, I'm up to 136% XP gain. So I could just continue and carry on. Here, I'm going to reset these and see if that helps. I could just continue and carry on with leveling and questing in the Valley of the Four Winds for that achievement. That's not a bad idea. Or I could try and do more raiding. I could like look and see if I'm allowed into other raids because I'm level 50. Presumably I could. I need your XP gain. I'm on 50. That was me like earlier today. Doing the normal raid is enormous. What sort of song and dance do I need for a necklace? The necklace I think is for doing all of the raids on normal. If we look in remix and we look for the amulet. Where is it? Time Runner's Amulet. Complete all of the Pandaria raids on normal difficulty. That's what you need to do for the neck piece. Thoughts on the Murloc suit in the WoW store? Do you think it's hilarious or ridiculous? Both. And I absolutely bought it. I dropped some WoW gold for a token so I could afford it. The Valley's the chicken cloak. Stay there. How's it going today? Pretty good. Pretty good. We made it through the normal raid, which is good. Hi, kitty cat. You want to come back up? Yeah, there you go. Can I help you? There you go. A little bit of a boost. No, as far as I know, you can't buy any of them. You need to get the achievement to get them. And they are on the vendor, but that's vendor's locked by the achievement. That's just in case you lose it or scrap it or something. Okay. Yeah, let's go quest. Let's work on that Valley of the Four Winds. Let's work on the chicken cloak. Bless you, bless you. Congrats on your raid missile. Thank you. Kitty's name is Kira. This is Kira. She's been my I was gonna say my stream companion, but that makes it sound like I got a cat for work. She's been my best kitty cat friend for 10 years.
What is your hurry?
Oh no, not this quest. All right, I need to do this properly. Also, I want to get back into Shadow Spec.
Your deeds live on in story.
Is she named after anybody? At the time, 10 years ago, when I adopted her, I had just finished rewatching Death Note, and I was sufficiently edgy to name my cat Kira because of that. That's basically what happened. Cat for work? Write the cat off on taxes. Man, do you think if I cameo my dog enough, I can write off his kibble? Because Miss Kira, she's a little kitty cat. Don't get me wrong. We feed her and take her to the vet and stuff, but like, my dog can eat. Moose needs his budget. Okay.
Hello.
I am evidently ready to go. First, go water my bright green spinach. I was trying to do this on testing, and I think this was the quest that made me log out of testing forever. I thought she was named after Kira Sedgwick. My Kira is named after Kira from Star Trek, but people think it's from Death Note. Just trying to pump out alts for my army. Regulars know Kira is actually Hazel's manager. She really is. She doesn't let me do bad habits. She is actively against me scrolling on my phone. She will, if she finds me doing that, which is an impressive thing for her to do because she's blind. She cannot see anymore. Cabbages, pardon me. She figures it out and gets right in between me and the device and will just sit right in front of it. And you could say, well, maybe she just wants attention. Maybe she just wants pets. She wants you to look at her and not at the thing. But she has a knack for doing it when I really shouldn't be like scrolling, when it's not good for me. Supervisor, yeah. These are sugar beets. They're enormous. Water my melons. There they are. What kind of a dog do you have? I have he's a shepherd, a German shepherd, Malamute, etc. mix. His name is Moose. He just turned 1. He just turned 1. I haven't given him his birthday meal yet because on the day that we were going to do it, he got actually a bit of an upset tummy, and I figured I wouldn't try and get too crazy on that particular day. Maybe tomorrow. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. There's video of him in the stream highlights and also chopped onto... I have a YouTube channel where I put my stream VODs, and there are some short highlights there as well. My sugar beets need more water, turn back. I have some shorts posted there as well that have moose in them. I bet he's hairy. He's blowing his coat right now. He's shedding for summer. Just out of his butt, mainly. Like, it's just his back legs and his tail that are... Water my bright green spinach. It ain't so bright green anymore, I'm sorry. She's counting down. I lost your spinach. I don't remember where it is. This isn't even my garden. Oh, okay. Now she wants carrots. I remember I gave up on this quest and I abandoned it. And I had moved on. But she was still being like, water my carrots. Come back here at once. Apollo just finished his shed. Thank goodness. Can only scrape and hoover so many times in a day without going mad. Yeah, I feel that. Every time that I'm outside with him, I don't have like a proper fur brush for him. I have a slicker brush that does a decent job. I need to bring it with me on my next walk because whenever Moose stops to think, which happens occasionally, sometimes when we're walking, he just doesn't want to walk. He just wants to think. I've just been like, all right, well, if you're going to stand there, I'm going to pet as much fur and I'm going to scratch and scrape and get as much fur out of you as I can while we're outside so that it doesn't just end up on my floor because I'm vacuuming twice a week and I really should be doing 3, but you know, there's only so much vacuuming you can take. Keep plucking clumps of hair from his tail feather area. Why is it always from their tail feathers? Where does the hair that's in the rest of their body go? Does it travel down their body? Is it swimming downstream? There we go. I watered your vegetables. Please never ask me to do that again. There we go. There we go.
Come speak with me.
That's the stuff. Need a Roomba just for the hair. And his tail, yeah. Exactly. Brushed almost a whole cat off my cat yesterday, the one that has shorter hair. The other cat barely had any loose fur. Yeah. But luckily, I don't really have anybody in my life that would ever judge me for being covered in pet hair, so I've just kind of accepted my fate. And, as far as I know, I don't have any allergies to it, so that's good. I just like keeping it sorted out, so because it, you know, when it starts to pile up, it doesn't look so nice. Speak with Den Mudclaw.
What do you need?
You got any hops? We're making some brew. Pick the clumps. She always tries to eat them after. Moose does that too. Someone in chat once told me that it's because he's trying to hide his scent. Like he doesn't want to be able to be tracked back to that location, so he tries to eat his own hair. But he like sheds so much that he eats, like he tries to eat like a lot of his hair, which is I guess the other reason to keep it vacuumed. How can you dragon ride in the parrot? This is the Polly Roger mount. It was from Plunderstorm. It's a dragon riding parrot specifically. Later on, you'll be able to dragon ride in lots of flying mounts, including the normal parrots. But for now, this is the only one that can dragon ride. Shepherd Sparkles. What is the funniest thing that Moose has done in your presence?
Enough of that.
My favorite thing. There's a few of them. I'm simple and easily amused, so I think it's pretty funny whenever he burps. He's not like a farting dog, he's a burping dog. So like, he'll eat a bunch of food, and he'll kind of like mosey around, and then he'll like walk right up to you. You'll be sitting on the couch, and he'll walk right up to you, and he'll kind of look at you, and you'll get a funny look in his face, and then he goes, blurb. And then I just kind of pat him on the back and go, good boy. But I think once he was worked up, and he was doing like his real big zoomies, because he gets huge zoomies in his big body, because he's just like a little crazy puppy in there. And he was kind of doing his regular lap. And he doesn't bark very much. He's a pretty quiet dog. He doesn't really talk, and he almost never barks. But if he gets really worked up with zoomies, every now and then he'll let out like a woof. And he was just trying so hard to keep his feelings in, but then he was just romping around. And he leaps up on the couch, and he shoves his face into the couch cushions, like into the bottom couch cushions, like all the way in there. He shoves his whole head in there, and you just hear this muffled woof because he had barked into the couch cushions. It looked like a person that was trying to scream into a pillow to like contain their emotions. And that was like the best thing ever. Thanks for the tips in the video that came out today. It was great. Oh, nice. I learned a new one since I made it, which is that Narcissus is an amazing add-on for managing your gems and your threads and whatnot in your cloak. It's got a real nice interface. This is hard to watch. And yet you manage to come here almost every day. It's very impressive. I appreciate it. This quest was another awful one. I remember doing this once upon a time. Clearly I remember nothing about how it's done. Because this became a daily later, didn't it? Wasn't this like a Tiller's daily? Finally gonna get to play today. Super excited. Nice. Welcome to your weekend. I don't even mind it when Apollo does it dry off after drinking water because he's so cute about it. Aww. Slash NARCI. I'll try that after this quest. Lucy's a cute doggy. He loves people, but he wants to sniff them. He doesn't really want them to pet him. He really wants to meet people. Like, he'll stake them out to meet them. He'll wait for them if he thinks that they might want to say hi to him. But he just kind of wants to, like, sniff their hand and sniff them. And then they'll go to try to, like, pat him. And then he'll, like, whoa! He'll, like, duck underneath it because he doesn't want them to touch him. You have to say hi to Moose on, like, 10 different occasions before you can finally, like, have him stay still long enough for you to get some pets in. Unless you're... Use the wheat be gone. Ah, we're almost done. Both my dogs enjoy your stream. Aww. Big campground event I'm prepping for. Can't play Remix yet. Have to live vicariously through you.
Speak up.
There we go. Slash NARCI. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the normal Narcissus interface, right? It's not often I get to show off my name is Smelly Shellfish. Yeah, there we go.
Slow down.
I'm all warm and fuzzy because you guys got me thinking about my doggy. Is that all Narcissus is used for in retail? I had it for a while because I liked the bigger dressing room. Narcissus by default gives you like an enormous sized dressing room, and that's nice. I think there's other features on it there as well, but couldn't tell you which. There's definitely something else to this. Yeah, you can equip the gems through Narcissus. We just were looking at that. So, for example, if I wanted to move around a Tinker gem, you can right-click one to unsocket it, and then when you have something available, you can click a different one to put it in. Nice achievement to-do list in it as well. Where? I haven't seen that yet. Use it for the achievement UI. I guess it's probably in my achievements window. If I had to guess, it's probably if I open my achievement window. What is this? The farmer's daughter. Is she not right here? Do I have to kill this one to make her interactable? Under the bridge, okay. Are you quite sure? Wrong quest. Oh, okay. The minimap shows that it is basically right here but below me, which, I'm just gonna leave, I think. I'm just gonna not worry about it. Tunnel to the left of the bridge. Oh, dear. I think I'm gonna come back to this one. This has got no good written all over it. Gotten used one of the meteor shard things. I've had a few. I've deleted them all though. I just wanted to get them out of my bags. I'm no fun. So where is the Narcissus achievement interface? Also, I need to spend a few talent points over here. Badly placed waypoint.
What do you want?
Hover over the mini-map icon. That's the regular interface. Where's the achievement interface? You are able to look at your dragon riding talents at the dragon riding trainer. I haven't found any reason to do that though. Liking OP, don't have so many keys, having a selection of mounts in one button press. Yeah. I right clicked it. This model shares the same mouse actions used in the dressing room. This is not the achievement interface. This is not the achievement interface. Where is the achievement interface? I don't know. Never mind. We got quests to turn in. Only been able to get to it through the minimap button. But what do we do to the minimap button? I tried left clicking and right clicking, and both of those gave it to me elsewhere. Hovering over the minimap icon. Okay. That's not doing it either. I'm hovering. I promise I'm hovering. My minimap button looks different. Oh, okay. Your button doesn't look the same. Well, that's a bummer. I wonder what I did. I want to get the better barley before I get too distracted. Left, go right. You passed it. Use the cliff harness. And then, yeah. What level are you? 52. 52. I don't know what I started at today. Maybe 45. I got, I think, most of the experience from doing a normal run of Mogu'shan Vaults. Normal MSV was pretty good. Plus, it really stacked up my Cloak XP buff, for sure. In here. Nice. I'm still four objectives away from getting this backpack, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm doing it today. Here we go.
What's up? Bye now. All right, back to Uncle Jen at Halfhill. There.
Do you remember anything about the Ordos quest and Timeless Isle? I'm hoping to unlock those in Remix, but I didn't play them in MOP. I didn't play them in MOP either. I'm right there with you. This is my main in Remix. This is my first character. I haven't let myself start a second one yet. I want to get all of the Cloak achievements, all 4,200 threads first.
I will need your help making the spear. Hey, when I yell out the names of ingredients, you throw them in the pot.
Where he pranks you.
I am kidding. I am the best brewer across 3 continents. I think I can handle this part.
Think you can only do Hidden Master after cross-throwing and the Mantid Invasion.
If you wouldn't mind waiting, this might take a long time.
Playing Director for the first time, I love it so much.
Take a long time.
Evokers have been some of the strongest characters in the groups that I've been in. They've been doing some of the most damage.
Into the car, shall we?
Oh, I can get a third Tinker slot.
Storm Stout Brewery.
So long, Halfhill.
Oh, I don't really want to replace too much of my blue gear until later.
Mud, are you coming? Oh, this kind of seems like a family thing you're doing. It is a family thing.
Explosive Barrage, Cold Front, and
I want you
put the shield
to
back in.
join
There we go.
us. No fooling? Of course not. We brewed beer together.
Alright, I think I should do the Farmer's Daughter before I give up on it. I'm gonna find the tunnel. It's around here somewhere. I've done Lore Master. I literally have Lore Master on retail. It's not like I've never done these things before. I just chronically don't remember anything. How did you bring up the Tinker Tree? That is a feature of Narcissus. Haha, this looks promising. That is a feature of the Narcissus add-on that I just reinstalled today. It seems great. It seems much nicer for moving gems around. Should I be doing pet collecting if I haven't? If you would like to collect pets. Depends, do you want the pets? Did one LFR for Siege, it took forever. Is LFR any more rewarding than it was in the first day, or is it still basically just kind of a... I don't want to call it a waste of time, but... It didn't seem super worth it. No idea. Ow, 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 ow. I think things are hitting me harder now. And I have my shield, too.
Tell me of your travels. Oh, hello.
Maybe worth it for the bronze each week. Mostly for achievements. Each wing, easy 400 bronze, except for Throne of Thunder and Siege. Normal raid heroic dungeons, world questing seems to be the preferred ways to level right now. Oh, that reminds me. I definitely want to get the backpack today, but I also kind of want to do my Cloud Serpent dailies, because I think I might have a chance of getting close enough to finish Cloud Serpent rep today. I've been keeping up with my dailies. Is that it? Got a group so good yesterday, we were literally killing bosses in 1 minute. Oh, nice. Just farm the scouts. Yeah, that is a great way to get rep, but they win. Whenever I fight the scouts, they win. That's the trouble. Whenever I do the whirling surge on a mount that's not a dragon, it feels like the anchor point for the rotation is below the mount, and you're just like whipping around and around like you're in a washing machine. Just lost a scout, still too strong. Yeah, I don't think I would try to solo one unless I was like 70 in pretty strong gear, but I also don't know if I trust scaling at 70.
Huh. Looks like they're closed.
Yes, strange. This door was not here before.
Getting very lazy swapping gems into every single new piece of gear.
We will find
Yeah, it's pretty fussy.
Storm Stouts, open up! I have returned. And I will beer.
They cap at 60, they just take ages to kill at 60.
Settle down, Lily.
I'd love to see data in what everyone is leveling in Remix.
Interrupted
Maybe
while
they'll
I'm
do
not
one of
home.
those
Champ,
infographic video presentations You know, where they just like, they take a bunch of stats and they make a slick looking Instagram video out of it. Those are always fun.
Hosen attack.
Only swap gear once the scaling starts to get weird. That's probably smart.
Hold on. I will break you out of those barrels.
What you doing?
There we go.
I'm going ahead to.
The brewery's got a second. See you on the other side.
Hey, you old jerk.
Excuse me. Hey! Wait! Oh. I think I went afoul of Ook. I think I've been ooked. At least you res right here. Ow! Kind of water bottle, shopping for a new one. This is an iron flask, which is kind of like an Amazon brand Hydro Flask ripoff. But I like it a lot. I've been using them for ages. Same thing happened to me. I'm just staying out of the main path. I guess I forgot about that. Dratnus' stream, a lot of people said Prot Warrior, including me, but I think that's a biased audience. I bet you if we... And it would be a big poll to set up, so I don't think I'm going to actually do it. But I bet you if we were pulling this chat, you would have a lot of hunters and druids. I feel like we usually skew towards hunters and druids here. With some priests because of... Ow! Me! This really hurts. I know I needed to bust out of the barrel a little faster, but still. Shadow priest and a hunter so far. Yeah, I think I just need to... Well, is this my fault? That hurts quite badly. Plan on doing at least 2 more hunters too. Warrior, arms here. Player base in general skewed to hunters and druids? Last I checked, and mind you, it was a long time ago, but the player base was most skewed towards paladins. Hunters were up there, but Ret Paladin was like the most popular spec in the game. Demon Hunter, Warlock forever. I think if I stay far enough out of the path, it should not clunk me. That was just season 2. I mean, I checked these stats in like WoD. This is extremely old data and I haven't looked in a long time. I remember because at the time in Warlords of Draenor during the beta, I was trying to cover all of these new talents and all these class changes. And I realized pretty quickly that I was one person and that there were like 36 specs or whatever, however many there were at the time. And that I was never going to get them all done, so I needed to prioritize. So I was trying to figure out which ones most people played so that I could cover the class changes for the classes and specs that were most popular at the time. And Paladin came up on that list pretty high. It'd be fun if they released actual stats like that. They used to be publicly available, or data mineable, or I don't know. The API used to show that kind of thing, and I think it doesn't anymore. I used to use like Warcraft stats or something like that for info like that. Because I used to like looking at like the least commonly played like race class combination so that I could make it so that I could be different. The alt hipster, you know, figuring out what the thing is that nobody plays and then making that. Worried about finishing reps? Turns out if you're done in retail, you need maybe 3 tokens from a Warbringer to finish. Is that where the rep bonus is coming from? Rep paladins are the golden retrievers of WoW. Oh, changed my mind. Baldur's Gate 3 did an infographic like that. I think the most popular was Half-Elf Paladin. That's amazing. Perfect. Love my red belly. I am the least golden retriever ever. What's the opposite of a golden retriever in the animal kingdom? Just like a cat. Any cat. So the characters are locked to this game mode until the event ends. You cannot untime running a character manually, but when the event ends, they will all become regular retail characters. I don't know, a Russian blue cat's basically a Labrador. This kitty cat's pretty friendly and cuddly. She's quite brave too with people. She'll come right out to check somebody out and say hi if somebody comes to visit. My Belfry Pally does kind of look like a golden retriever. I used to have stereotypes about certain types of class players from back when I used to pug a lot of PvP. But that was mainly just that mages and rogues were really tightly wound and neurotic, and that shamans and warriors, melee in general, were, for the most part, with the exception of Windwalker monks, high. They were just blazed. And subsequently very chill. Still stereotype classes. Cat's insane. She's 2, still acts like a kitten. 2's pretty young still. Yeah, I love healing me some Turbo Cleave. I wonder if it's something about the class that appeals to people like that, or if it's the classes themselves that get... I could see playing a mage winding somebody up pretty tight after a couple of years. Every now and then I get a piece of, like a green or something, an appearance, just from like looting a random mob. And I'm always pretty happy about that. It feels like I've cheated. I could have spent bronze on it, but I didn't. Barreled Pandaren free. Okay, alright. So Ook is gonna do laps, and I'm gonna run behind him, and I'm gonna free all these guys. That's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna keep an eye out for danger. Who needs a Fell River when you've got an enormous Angry Hosen? The Hosen were on my side like one zone ago. Alright, I'm getting out of the way. Nobody here. I was gonna say my troll has face paint that feels kind of similar to Ukuk's, but you can't really tell because of his mask. Okay. One more. The safari quest will be fun. I think those will go pretty fast. Hang on. I see shinies. Where'd they go? I could have sworn I saw a bunch of orbs. Lost him. Oh well. They're worth some bronze.
What's up?
Well, hello, neighbor. Is trouble brewing?
Mm. Onyx eggs are still around. Didn't see anyone farming them. Easily maxed my rep. I'll have to take a look at that. If I don't get enough rep to finish today, I'll have to stop in. Because I just want to clean something up. I want to feel like I've finished something. I guess I'm only half revered. A little over half revered.
Wring some of this beer out of my clothes. You go on ahead.
Go on ahead. Okay. Will you be able to get the Lego cloak? No. But you'll be able to get the Lego cloak appearances via toys. You get those once you get the 12th Infinite Power achievement, I believe. And you should be able to gain access to Ordos, both on Remix and on retail. Run over the small bubbles. Okay. Spooky, thank you for the 22-month resub. Hooray for Pandaland. I wonder how long this is going to occupy people. How long the remix hype lasts for. I'm still feeling it, but I know I'm going to be here for like a while working on getting as much from the vendors I can. Bubbles, bubbles. Really hoping they do more of these. What a great thing to do like towards the end of the expansion when there's just like a content gap like this too. I think it's nice because there is still Season 4. Like, if you didn't want to play Remix, it's not like there's nothing to do in WoW. Season 4 and the Dark Heart patch came out pretty recently. But a lot of people, if you've been playing the whole expansion in Dragonflight, Season 4 it's fun, but, you know, we've seen it before. Like, we've seen all this content already. It doesn't take very long to get the season exclusives. Seriously, Ramon, thank you for the 58-month resub. Very impressive. Wanted to continue to do this for WoD. What if they let us vote? What if they did forum votes for which one came next? That would be fun. They don't have to, and they probably won't, but it'll be fun. One crest away from my crafting gear upgrade, but now Remix has started. That upgrade may never happen. Did you see the current content? Nef HC. Nerf? Heroic nerf? Nice for collectors, people who like leveling the walls. Oh, Nefarian. No. What's it dropping? There's a Twitch drop active right now, if that's what you're after. We've got the Eye of the Legion pet available until March? May. End of May 30th. Whoa. Am I still on my quest? They're driving my character for me. I think this is just the regular dungeon. There we go. And Storm Stout Brewery's all done. I just need 2 more achievements. 2 more achievements and then I get my backpack.
My goods are crafted with great care.
Or 2 more quest hubs for the achievement. Oh, and we get mind games. That's kind of nice. Just does decent damage. Narcissus is the name of the gem add-on. Trying to save up bronze for the Heavenly Onyx Serpents just so I don't have to do that nightmare of a farm. That's absolutely fair. Before I end stream later today, I'm going to have to go in and do some more shopping. Get a bunch more mounts off the mount vendor. I did 2 birds and a kite to start with, but I know I'm going to want all of it eventually. I may as well just do them in order.
Greetings. I hope to see you again soon. Tell me of your travels.
Thought I heard no farm? Loved the farm. Yeah, the farm reps aren't in, unfortunately. They've taken over that whole Sunsong Ranch area and they've used it for the, like, Halfhill is now just a bazaar, an infinite bazaar.
Until next time.
I know, I love the farm too. Whenever I think about it too much, it just talks me into wanting to replay Stardew Valley again. One more level to go. Oh, you're so close. Kind of sucks. It's like 38k bronze. I'm feeling pretty lucky that I'm not missing anything that is that expensive that I think I want. I think the heirlooms, if I wanted the Garrosh heirlooms, That could really strongly set me back, but it's pretty far down on my list. I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't get around to it. Anyone know if you can level in whatever zone you want? So there are level thresholds where the various zones unlock. The Wowhead Remix page, I think, breaks down when you can start all of the various content, including the different zones. There should be a chart there somewhere. I'm definitely on my next character. I'm going to focus on different zones, but I think I'm still going to have to start in Jade Forest, at least to get up to the level that I need to go somewhere else. I have not hit 70. This is my first character, and I'm only 55. I just hit 55 today. Can you guys come with me? This is surely a good idea. No! My bravery really outsizes my bones. Tell us that you'll be getting the tusks. I don't know, man. I think that this is the best chance I'm ever going to have to get the tusks. I don't know if I'm gonna do it though. I don't even play plate classes. What's the plate? The longest I've played a plate thing when I was doing Demon Death Knight tanking. She can't wear tusks. For scary. She has. They wouldn't go with her. They wouldn't go with her evening gown. You will play plate if you have the tusks. Just finished 300 pages of radiology reading. Time to chill, watch stream while I meal prep lentil curry. Oh, you're living. I'm really proud of you for getting that done over such an exciting gaming weekend. That's tough. I was having one of those nights last night where I was sitting down to edit and my brain just did not want to do it. I was like, I'm so bored. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at me. I don't want to do any of it. And I set a timer and I just made myself do it for like X amount of time. And then by the time I got like halfway through that, I was like, okay, fine. Fine. I'm not happy about it. But I did do it. And I didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn this morning. And I should remind myself of that next Friday when I'm doing all of this all over again. Had to do it so I could play all day tonight and tomorrow. There you go. Yeah, lentil curry sounds pretty good. I should make another one soon. Yeah, tusks are one of the rarest Mog pieces to farm in the game. I've certainly never tried for them. And I don't think I would on retail either, because it's not like I'm going to accidentally get them while mount farming, because I have that mount already. What are you talking about? Tusks would totally go with an evening gown. What about with her candelabra mace that she uses?
We are the sword in the shadows.
Never mind. I thought I had another one of those. Is that the Nesting Roy Safari? It is. Okay, we'll do that part last. I would totally get tusks if I would ever use them. I only play Shadow Priest and Druid, so I don't know what the point would be. What a smart, healthy way of looking at it. You can get the Tusken Remix. You need 20 Bones of Manaroth from doing Siege of Orgrimmar on normal or higher. And you need...
Yes.
Oh dear. And you need a...
This test is simple. All you need to do
38.5k bronze.
until it breaks.
No, people won't be able to tell where you got them. It'll just be added to your appearance collection.
That is part of the test. Yes, to succeed, you must focus all your energy into one fist. Then,
Alright. There it is. I'm thinking, isn't there supposed to be an interface?
an excellent strike.
There is an interface. Scaling 69 is really bad. I've heard that upwards of 60 is pretty scary. I might have to swap in some survivability gems. If I get to that point. About to try my first ever Rest of Shaman Dungeon remix. Wish me luck. Good luck, Meg. I hope you have a great time. That's the spilled chiclet spell layout. Excuse me. I love this cutscene. You have like a billion leech, you'll be fine, trust me. I don't know. I'm getting destroyed by mobs and I'm only in mid-50s. Where is the Bazaar Daily? At the risk of sounding not helpful, at the bazaar? I think you can pick them up at any bazaar. If you don't see it, maybe you already have it. There is a drop, yeah. The news of it kind of snuck out for me. You can get the Eye of the Legion pet. I don't think I have to watch this cutscene, but it's so fun.
What is it? Yes?
Oh, hello.
Here we go. Off and away. Just got my Eyes of Legion. 2 days of Hazel streams knocked it out for me. We did a extra long stream on Thursday. I think that was the first time that I've ever streamed early in a Twitch drop and streamed for long enough for it to be done in one stream. Like, I never do that because I normally only stream for 3 hours at a time. And the drop started an hour into the stream. But we did a big one. It was fun. It was good. What a beautiful area. I think when I was a kid, this is what I wanted my bedroom to look like. It didn't, mind you. But if it was up to me, it would have been all fireflies and bamboo decorations. Maybe some paper lanterns. It's up to you now. Firefly time. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, my home decor can be best described as linens, houseplants, and very large tapestries with whales on them. I like whales. Did you have a race car bed? Canopy beds? No, but I did have a bunk bed that I didn't have to share. So I got to choose. There was a mattress on both sides of it. So I would use the top bunk as a hangout and I would sleep in the bottom bunk. But then sometimes when I wanted to be different, I wouldn't tell anyone and I would sleep in the top bunk. I would be secretly in a different bed. I've never seen a firefly in real life. Not ever. I've only ever seen them on TV. You can raid at level 25. That is when you can do MSV. Houseplants. Hey! I just kind of run the Hunger Games of houseplants where I have lots of them. And then if some of them aren't strong enough to make it, that's a them problem. And then over time, I end up only keeping the houseplants that can survive the level of care that I'm apparently prepared to give them. It works out. The unfortunate thing, though, is apparently the list of which houseplants work like that for me changes depending on where I live because it has a lot to do with what kind of light they get in the various windowsills. So things that were really easy for me to keep, like 1 apartment or 2 apartments ago, don't do so well here, and then some things do well here that have never done well for me before, so I have to kind of experiment a little every time. But I love buying, and I'm not doing it right now because I have enough. I'm saving my money, but I liked buying those little... If I can, like, at a hardware store, buy, like a 1-inch or a 2-inch little plant start of a houseplant for, like, under $5, I'm a sucker for those because I love starting houseplants small and then being all satisfied with myself when they get bigger, you know? Like, I don't want to buy a huge houseplant and have it die. I want to buy a tiny one and then have it grow. Esprits is pretty fun. I'll pot those all the time. I have some growing out of my aquarium. It does really well there. It almost does a little too well because it takes all of the nutrients out of the water, and then the aquarium plants that I have get kind of nitrogen starved. They have a hard time because they get outcompeted by the pothos, because the pothos has access to atmospheric carbon dioxide. Turns out the level of care I'm capable of is dusting artificial plants. Look at you being all fancy and dusting. I was gross. I was trying to dust a cabinet and I didn't have a dust cloth on me. I was trying to do it with my vacuum, but then I kind of couldn't fit my vacuum into the shelf that was dusty, and then I was like, what if I just use my hand to wipe this dust onto my palm, and then I vacuum my hand? And it kind of worked. You know. No, there's no like manual for being an adult. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, I buy Swiffer dusting cloths. I don't have a Swiffer mop or anything like that. I just buy the cloths that you're supposed to put on the end of them, and I just use those to dust with. They also wash up fine in the laundry, so I don't throw them out when I'm done. I just wash them. You cannot deconstruct your gems as far as I know. Just starting a mango from seed. Sprouted in a damp paper towel, just planted it yesterday. Oh, that's so fun. I used to have, I started lemon seeds once upon a time. People might remember. This was a few years ago, but I had this whole saga where I had bought lemon seeds online. I could have just, I'm pretty sure whoever was selling those to me on Etsy had just dried them out of a lemon. My whole thing behind seeking out seeds to plant was that I know that lemons and other citrus fruits are typically grafted plants, and that a seed that you, or like the hybrid plants, like they might not grow true to seed. So I wanted to buy seeds specifically so that I might one day in many years get delightful lemons. Doesn't matter now. I don't have those plants anymore, but I'm pretty sure they were just like random lemon seeds. The plant itself kind of smelled nice. It was kind of a nice, it had like shiny green leaves. I was growing it in a big solo cup in my office. If you want to actually like have fruit trees, the best bet is always going to be to get starts from a nursery. They're more expensive, but they'll be properly grafted, so you'll have like rootstock roots and fruit stock tops and stuff like that. They'll be set up in a way to make fruit that is nice to eat and not just whatever was genetically left on the seed. But that's not the fantasy of starting things from seed. Dryer sheets do well in dusting, picking up stray cat fur. My best dryer sheet hack. That's a pretty good one. I might try for cat fur. My best dryer sheet thing was I used them when I was fishing. You would rub dryer sheets on something that you wanted the wasps to leave alone, because when we were catching fish, there would be like residual fish slime coat on the net and stuff, and wasps would come because they would be really attracted to that smell. And they would be just like buzzing all over your stuff, which is very stressful, especially when you're trying to like catch and release a fish quickly and there's wasps just all up in your business. And I found that rubbing dryer sheets helped repel the wasps for whatever reason.
This test is simple. All you need to do is strike the wood until it breaks. But it's too hard, you might say, huh?
Good for keeping lots of bugs away. Mosquitoes too. That I did not know. That's a good tip. Maybe I'll bring some camping if I ever in my life go camping. I love the fantasy of camping, but I think the actual process of all of the administrative planning that goes into putting a camping trip together, you know, taking time off and arranging for pet care and booking a site and packing and traveling and everything, like all of those things would outweigh the desire to wake up outdoors. I would just talk myself out of it every time. I would love camping if other people planned it all for me and I just had to show up. Which is a great way to not go camping.
What is it?
Moose would have fun. The problem with that is I don't know if you, like, I don't think I could just keep him on leash the entire time. Like, I think people generally would have their dogs off leash around their campsite. But if there's any human beings or dogs that he could possibly say hi to within a 100-mile radius, he's going to bound up to them and say hi, which is not always a safe thing to do. I don't know. He's just such an excited, very friendly boy that wants to play with and meet everybody. And I haven't tried to off leash him at any like trails or anything like that, because I feel like he's just gonna get in trouble. Someone else do the work. I want the fun. Sounds like rent a cabin style camping. But you still have to arrange to pay for it and travel and get there and figure out what kind of food you're gonna bring, and I don't know. I always talk myself out of traveling because I usually get like 2 steps into planning and then I go, you know what, I'm tired. And then I consider all the money that I didn't spend on the trip to be money that I have then saved. Sounds like my dad out hiking or camping has to talk to everyone. I've always been a little bit jealous of people that were like really naturally outgoingly social like that. Mosquitoes always swarm. I do love outside though. I think my best camping trip ever would be if I was camping someplace that was near an area where I could fish. And I could just spend like all day like hiking and fishing, and then bring the fish back to cook them like on an open fire, and then have that. That would be like the perfect camping trip for me. Or, you know, if there's like a cabin with a dock and a boat and you could do the same thing, except that you could just cook the fish like indoors, that would also be fine. I would Google how to use a grill if I had some trout to cook. Enjoy camping. I need more people to tag along with. Too worried about camping solo. Yeah, I get that. So if you create a new character, you will not start with the same bonus XP as your main. The maximum is 100%. So it sounds like you've got your best cloak bonus possible. That's as good as your alts are ever going to start with. CJ Sullivan, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. And Guinevere, Guinevere, thanks for the 9-month resub. Also Lepidwar with an 8-month resub. Welcome back. Does it take a while to find a dungeon group? I haven't been in queue for a bit. That's the biggest game. I have 400% XP on main. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. Especially, like, people are saying that you continue getting XP threads even once you're 70. For, like, what is the point of that? I feel like that just rubs it in. You can make multiple time runners. You absolutely can. Not sure how many else I can make for it. Depends on your character limit, basically. Stopped gaining XP threads after 65. I haven't gotten a single XP thread since 65. Oh, okay. I wonder why I heard that then. So the maximum for the Cape upgrade achievement is 4,200 threads. And you can check to see how many threads you have via an add-on. It doesn't tell you in the default UI. Narcissus can count them, so I can see that I have 1,458 threads. Max experience bonus you get for new alt is 100% XP. And they also get some stamina and some main stat and some versatility. But that's the best that they start with. Valorian Hunter, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, so when you're leveling your alt, you'll start with that 100%, assuming that you got your 12 ranks of Cloak achievement. And then as they play, they'll get their own XP threads. So they will be able to earn more XP as they go. But they have to collect those threads for themselves after that first 100% bonus. I need one more Emperor Turn Egg. Tried farming frogs for about 30 minutes. Way too many 5 people groups, can't get many tags in. What are you trying to farm with the frogs? Is it just for bronze? See you next when you're next on. See you later, Maddie Moose. Have an excellent raid night. I need a fancy egg. I'm so excited for this backpack. The one nice thing about cloak mogs is that once you've put one on, you're not really replacing your cloak in remix. You're always using the cloak of infinite potential, so you don't have to worry about continually taking it off. Note to self: remember to breathe while healing. I still do that when it gets really tense. I still forget to breathe. Destroying meteor ships just launched from Valley to cross a rang. Oh man. Fly up to the plateau. Yeah, let me go take a look. There are goats here. I am leaving them be. I remember they were angry. They would kick you off the edge. Upset that I missed the dragon parrot, but couldn't get myself to do the plunder grind. Ah, that's fair. Whenever the War Within pre-patch comes out, I'll be able to drag ride the other parrots. Okay.
Yes. This test is simple. All you need to do is strike that stone until it breaks.
Time flies when you're playing Remix. I can't believe it's already almost noon.
You might say, well then you wouldn't be wrong.
Frogs drop lots of gear, threads, decent bronze. Oh.
Nothing is impossible.
I really hope that frog grinding doesn't turn out to be the best way to farm. I mean, nothing says you have to do it, so if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But it would be nice if it wasn't, like, so amazing that I feel bad for doing things suboptimally by not frog farming. I guess we'll see. The main thing that that helped me survive Plunderstorm was that I had a friend to play with. I did almost all of it in duos with Flabby, and that made it fun. Whenever I was doing it solo, it was not. It was okay at best. I'm not really much of a BR player, but doing it with a friend was really good. Was really fun. I think I'm running out of words. Sometimes I start streams feeling all sassy and articulate, and then at the end of it, my brain is full of scrambled eggs.
We are the watchers on the wall.
Is that it? Yeah, so as soon as I do Nesting Marie Safari, then we get our chicken backpack.
You got my attention.
Oh, hello.
At least these should be pretty straightforward. Not too much
May your days
trying to
bring you joy.
dig daughters out of tunnels. Kunlai has too many quests. Oh, I'm level 58. I must have talents. Finished Valley of the Four Winds. Got my backpack. Nice. I'm gonna have to put it on. I'm a little sad that I won't be able to see it super well with my shadow form, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Kunlai 2 not having a good time. So if I'm nearly 60, but I'm also nearly finished with Valley of the Four Winds. I think maybe I'll be able to do one more zone, like 3 zones in total might be my 10 to 70 required content. I guess it also depends on if I do any more raids. Cause that I should have access to most of them. And doing more raids would help me get more XP threads. Sitting at 150% XP right now. Mythologic, thank you for the 51-month resub. Remix looks fun. Might have to check it out. Have a blast while you level and grind out that bronze. Thank you very, very much. Right back at ya. I think that I'm expecting XP to kind of drop off a cliff after 60. I think that they've used the same curve as Dragonflight, where those technically endgame levels get slow. So I feel like maybe I'm gonna want to compensate with like a lot of extra XP from having cleared the raids. How do you leave the bazaar? You can fly out of it. That's what I've been doing, is I've been just flying out of my dragon riding mount. Not really going fast even after 60. At 65, a little bit of a slog. Under like Plunderstorm, players aren't actively trying to hurt my progress. You just become a limp wet noodle, can't kill anything. Oh, okay. I'll have to keep an eye on that. So epic are the highest ranked gems before legendary, right? And a legendary gem is going to have the same stat as... It's going to have the same amount of the given stat. It's just going to have extra stam. Is what the assumption that I'm currently operating under. That's what I'm trying to say. Hot fixed a few bosses hitting twice, but are all shoulders in the forums over the scaling. I don't think I've heard that phrase before. All shoulders. I'm sure they're looking at it. They're looking into it. It's probably a tough thing because I imagine... I mean, we should, like, they promised overpowered. I feel like they should stick to that premise. They shouldn't worry too much about how strong, like, a given character that has really min-maxed their gems might be. But I wonder if there's, like, a pretty big power gap between players based on how much you are using like your optimal gems versus just using whatever random ones you have. If I do want to stay on a little later today, which I want to at least finish the safari, I'm going to need to switch to my other headphones if I want to be able to hear my sound. One sec. Earbud battery is pretty much exactly the length of a stream, less maybe 10 minutes. I don't feel overpowered at all in Remix. Do not feel overpowered at all. Do I feel overpowered? I did for a hot minute. When I first got all of my good gems socketed in, I felt pretty strong. Especially when I upgraded a bunch of gear slots. Feel the same as retail. I think I feel stronger in this leveling content relative to what it would be like leveling 10 to 70 in retail, maybe? The hard thing is when they're promising overpowered. Overpowered relative to what? Like, how fast do you need to kill something before you feel that that's true? Or do you need to feel overpowered relative to other players? Like, means different things. Sadly, it gets worse. I need to remember to actually use my cooldown. I feel pretty souped up. I've been doing a little better since I've been just using passive stuff. I don't always remember the active ones. 9 minutes killing a normal scenario boss, not very OP. Kind of feels like Chromie time scaling systems to me in a way. Instead of feeling like the enemies are getting more powerful, it feels like you're getting weaker. Yeah. That seems to happen a lot with, like they have that problem. For a moment I was like, what mob is that? It's the mount. They seem to have that problem fairly often with all of this like auto-scaling content. It's not the first time that they've run into trouble with that. There was a moment in, might have been Legion, I don't remember the exact moment in time that happened in, but where people found out that they were actually better off taking off certain pieces of gear and they would be stronger without them because of like item level scaling versus just enemy power was just messed up. Two more motion. When can we start battling the pet trainers? Are you able to battle the pet trainers in Remix? I haven't tried yet. I didn't know if pet battles were in Remix. When they did the stat squish, it was impossible to solo some old content for transmog. Beasts of Fable, yes, not the spirits. Oh, okay. So Time Walking Mage Tower, but that was always, I was always kind of expecting that one to be like, because they were trying to squish you. That brain scrambled eggs. Words no good. I was thinking more of like end game outdoor content that was working in a bizarre way where you were better off at lower item levels. Please join my class action lawsuit on Fiverr. Never got to do Mage Tower. You still can. It is available. It is up. It is perma open. What do I need? 2 more of these guys? Yeah. Got a box from the pet battle I did. I wonder if they were trying to account in the scaling for people using some of the survivability gems. Like the absorb shields and whatnot.
Welcome.
Great to meet you. Hello.
King's order, friend.
I need 1 more rare, but all that's up is the Zandalari Warbringer. What's the worst thing that could happen? Damage seems low. That would make far too much sense. Like, our damage seems low. I wonder if they were trying to get fancy with doing scaling to kind of accommodate for how much stats people were going to get on the cloak. Like, maybe they thought that the game would feel non-functional or not fun if you were just one-shotting everything. So they tried to do some math so that even when you were wearing this cloak that was giving you like 100 haste and 750 main stat and whatnot, while leveling, they wanted things to still be able to compete, but they just like didn't nail the scaling. People have been grouping for Warbringers. Took down my first today with lots of help. Yeah, I also think being overpowered is fun. Would it still be fun if you were literally one-shotting every enemy with any attack, though? That's not like a right or wrong answer. Both answers are totally valid. I'm just, I wonder if that's the scenario they were trying to avoid when they were doing this kind of scaling. Right now, heroic dungeons are hard. I need foxes. Sly foxes and stags. You infernal strike into a pack with spikes up and you die before you land. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, it's for sure not good right now. The foxes drove me crazy. So we need 15 of them. They seem to have a pretty big area. I wanted to pull more, but I'm scared. Oh, they're stealthed. Oh no. Oh dear. That is gross. You gotta stay on the ground for them to pop. Okay, good to know. Just activate Drag Beast. Are you playing a class you aren't familiar with? No. Nah, Priest is my main. I'm not like a super expert on Shadow Priest, but I've been playing it some in Dragonflight. I have a vague idea of what the buttons do. More so than like a Demon Hunter. But I'm excited about this. I'm getting this cloak. They can't keep my chickens from me. I may never be able to afford land to have real chickens on, and that might be for the best. But gosh darn it, I shall have my digital chickens. There's a load of pups by the back of the brewery that aren't stealthed. Count for this mission. Oh. By the back of the brewery. Okay. First remix, I chose the class I main, then when my cloak is fully powered, I'll try classes. That you're new to. Yeah, that makes sense. I think my second character is going to be a hunter, and the idea is going to be to farm bronze, I think. Like, to level it up and farm bronze. Survival hunter, surely. You want to bet? That doesn't sound like me. BM or bust. I played Survival Hunter enough to do the Mage Tower. I was pretty impressed with that. I was pretty happy with that. That was good for me. Feels like it'll take forever to get all the bronze that I want. The big caches that you get for achievements seem quite strong. I'm just gonna run around on my own 2 feet here. Classes specs would you recommend doing the Mage Tower on? I don't know if I have the right info to recommend that properly. I think Wowhead had a write-up somewhere about what the quote-unquote easiest specs were for each challenge. I can tell you the ones that I did, but that had more to do with what alts I already had and what classes I was personally familiar with. Queue time for LFR at the moment on my server, 71 minutes. I think a lot of people have kind of tapped out of LFR after realizing how bad the experience is from it. They'd just wait for normals. Do you need to do Mage Tower in every class for appearances? If you want all of the class appearances, then yes. If you just want the Soaring Spell Tome mount, then you just need to do each individual challenge. So you would need to do 7 different specs, but some of them can be done multiple on one character. I think I used 4 characters to get my Spell Tome. How's the cloak a lie? Some of us kind of expected, based on the initial marketing of the event, that any threads that you got in your main would be shared on your alts. That getting like, you know, a 300% experience bonus on your main's cloak would translate into a 300% experience bonus in your alt's cloak. And what it turns out is that the best XP bonus you can start with in an alt is 100%, and that's after getting the 12th infinite power achievement. It's, and they won't start with any, they'll start with just stam, main stat, verse, and XP. It's like a template rather than actual true being account-wide. Well, yeah. It's not going to stop me from playing, but it's definitely not exactly what I expected. I may not level as many characters as I originally had planned. I wonder if originally when they wrote that, they had intentions of doing it in a more truly account-wide way, and then they changed their mind, or like they couldn't get the tech working or something. We'll never know unless they decide to put out like a post about it. Yeah, as you play your alt, it would stack up the XP buff beyond that, but they would need to earn their own threads. These foxes aren't as bad as I thought they would be. They're not great, but it could be worse. I think I read someone said PTR test 3 had 1-to-1 for Cloak. I only remember one PTR test. Maybe the other ones were internal, not public. Love the Warlock changes they did for War Within. Hope there are some improvements for other classes too. I think hero talents are really fun. I'm excited to play with them. If I have 100% XP Cloak on now at level 70, should I bother getting it higher? So what you want before you start your alts is to get the 12th infinite power achievement. You want infinite power 12. For that, you need to get 4,200 threads in your cloak. And then all of your alts will start with the best possible cloak that you can get. I have not done any TOT yet. I haven't touched it at all. The only raid that I did was MSV. I'm so close. Got that. Yeah. Have fun in your alts. I saw it. I seen it. How do I upgrade my trinket and rings? Like, you have them already and you want to upgrade them, or you don't have any and you want to get them? I imagine you would just stick it in the item upgrader. I think that would be the only way to upgrade them. There should be an item upgrade NPC at the bazaar, at any of the bazaars, and you can spend bronze to upgrade them. That's my only idea, though. I don't even have them yet. I'm only level 59. I'm level 59. When did that happen? We've been questing. I thought I was 55. Is the Owl of Thunder content included? Yeah. I believe so, because there are achievements for doing it in the section. You've got a campaign Isle of Thunder for a greater bronze cache, and I believe there's vendor items that you can only buy if you have the Isle of Thunder achievement. Haven't slept yet, working through normal TOT for the neck. You haven't slept since Thursday? Can you say how to get the best possible cloak for your alts again? You need to get the Infinite Power 12 achievement, which requires you to get 4,200 threads for your cloak. So if you look in your Remix Pandaria and you have Infinite Power XII 12, I think that's how it works. Roman numerals. that is the highest amount of cloak that you can get for your ults. I need one more fox. Canadian Roman numbers. The only time Roman numerals ever really came up in my life was on clocks. And I didn't really mess with analog clocks for a long time when I was growing up. I can read them now, but it takes me a sec. Like, I'm a little slow with them. And I did not I did not mess with them for a long time. When I was a kid, I was like, why would I learn what the hands do when my digital clock tells me in numbers? I was a pleasant child. Can you still get the Shadowflame skin? I don't know. I had it already, so I wouldn't be able to check. Whoa, there's a rare. Oh, nice. I got some XP for that. To use an add-on to see your remix stats. I'm using Narcissus to check on my cloak rank and my gems. And that's been, like, really, really quite good. You won't always have a calculator in your pocket. Q in smartphones. Mm-hmm.
Tell me of your travels.
What can I do for you? What's on your mind?
What can I do for ya?
Narcissus. It's not on my add-on spreadsheet just yet because I just installed it today on stream. It's great though. I've just discovered my computer keyboard has a dedicated calculator button, brings up the Windows calculator. No way. I'm jealous. Not me scanning my keys. Your fountain of knowledge. Nah. I am a rusty garden statue of knowledge where people bring knowledge to me as I sit out here growing moss. And then occasionally I remember something when somebody else comes along and asks for that piece. I don't really come up with anything myself. Yeah, you can't do the farm. The Halfhill farm. No Sunsong Ranch. I have a dedicated calculator button on the keyboard at my job. I'm just glad I have a 10 key in my keyboard. I can't exist without him. Even though, like, I technically have, like, a little mini thumb 10 key in my mouse because it's an MMO mouse and it works for numbers. So if I'm entering in, like, a data field online and it needs numbers and I just need, like, one or two of them, I'll just punch it in on my mouse. But anytime that you're actually, like, punching in big numbers, you need your 10 key for that. Aw. Thanks, Prelate. 10 key love. Ducky 1-2 keyboard. Absurd name, but a nice mechanical keyboard. People have been geeking out about the Ducky keyboards for a long time. I remember people talking to me about those like a long time ago. I've never had one. I like mechanical keyboards and I've always had them. Hello! You guys want to meet my Ducky? If you haven't met him before. I know some of you have. Moosey, I rearranged my office. Everything's different. Hang on a second. Whoa. You want to see my pup? Hi, Moosey. Hi. Come here. Come here, buddy. Big hug. Big hug. Big hug. How you doing? What are you up to? You leaving? He's going. I also don't know if he was in the shot very well. He might have been. We used to have his toys in here, and they've now migrated back a room. So I think he's gone to go look for them because Mom's... Oh, you come back? Hi. Hi, buddy. Moosey, you want to show them... your trick? Can you come right here? Good boy. Oh, can you stand? Oh, good boy. Can you touch? Oh, good job! Yay! Good boy. I don't have any treats for you. I'm so sorry. And you can't have my tennis ball. You'll eat it. You'll eat it. You can't have my plushies. You have your own plushies. Don't mind the storm cloud of dog hair. Always amazed how quickly dogs can grow. I know, he's grown up so fast. Are you gonna steal my plushies? I know. He's such a good boy. I have so many stuffed toys in here. Leave the litter box alone, buddy. Hang on a sec. See, I'm sure my angle's like super crooked now. He wasn't eating like straight out of the litter box, but he was like eating litter off the mat. So Moosey's back in the front room now. His trait is a recognition of the worldwide audience. Moosey, I was gonna say he does not know that he's famous, but I think he knows. He's like, a lot of the neighbors know him because he has introduced himself to anybody. He can like he'll check to see if people are looking at him. If someone totally ignores him and just doesn't look at him, he'll walk by them. But if somebody's like watching him, he'll be like, they want to meet Moose. And he won't move until he gets to meet them. Where is Kira safe? The tail looks very powerful. He's got a pretty good tail. He's taken a couple of cups off the coffee table already. JK Stang to you. Thanks for the brand new sub. Is that dog part horse? He's not so big. He's big, but he's not like, you know, a Pyrenees or a Bernese Mountain Dog or anything. Does Moose ever wear a bandana? He had one when he came home from the shelter. They had put a little plaid bandana on him, and he was so cute with it. And then I wanted to like buy him more and have him wear them because he was so cute, but then I realized it was more for me and it wasn't really for him, and that he's comfy being free, you know. So I haven't made him wear anything except for his like harness. He's part moose. He does love to eat grass. He's a big grass eater. Small to medium-sized shepherd, it looked like, not crazy big. He is 33.3 kilograms. He is, which is like somewhere in the range of 73 pounds, and he's 1 year old, so he's gonna fill out a little bit more. He's gonna bulk out a little more before he's done. Rescue Hemet Nessingwary Jr. Parental mastery. Do a small dance ritual. I'm sorry, what? If them tablets were correct, all I got to do is a small dance ritual. The big thing of the deep will be summoned. When it comes out, we'll get him. And show me Pop, we are both true big game hunters like him. I see. I wonder if I was supposed to like... Oh, he's yelling. I wonder if I was meant to... I wonder if we're off the cliff. Is it underneath? Do I have to swim? In the water. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Congrats on 60. Had to wowhead this quest. Spent like 10 minutes going, what do I do? I do not swim very fast, evidently. I must have an underwater mount I can use. for all of like 4 seconds. Hit 58 on my stats cut in half. Oh no. I guess I haven't been checking my percentages.
What's on your mind? Watch your back.
don't remember him interacting with his child. I thought we were down like a couple of generations in Essing Rays by now. Well, for all of my messiness, we've gotten quite a few levels today. I started somewhere in 40s and we made it to 60s. So I think tomorrow on stream I can definitely get to 70. I believe. My character's effectiveness might trip off a cliff and fall into nothingness, and I might have to go around assaulting things like a puny worm, just getting them damp, but... New discovery, you can fish bronze. That's what one of our regulars was telling me, Dorda said yesterday in stream, and that she said that the more you fish, the higher your skill gets, and the more you catch fish and not bronze.
What can I do for you?
Greater bronze cash. 1,000 bronze for finishing the zone campaign. And 1 Halfhill farmer's backpack. We simply must put this on. Chicken bag. Oh man, that chicken is with hang on. This helmet's distracting. I need things to not overwhelm the chickens.
Farewell, friend of the animals.
With the way his posture is, that poor bird is gonna tip out at any moment. Inventory's suffering much less than mine. I stopped by my bank and I dumped a bunch of gems in there. I dumped a ton of gems in there. Yeah, this is my favorite thing about Remix so far, is all of the... Oh my goodness, look at that basket of eggs. Those things must be glued in there. That's incredible. I love it so much. Oh, there you go. And it's normal, and it's up. So you get it for doing the Valley of the Four Winds achievement. You need to do 2 of these 3 things. I did Looking for Group in the campaign. Looking for Group was really easy. You just needed to do the Stormstout Brewery dungeon and then Galleon. And then the campaign was just doing the questing hubs. Alternately, if you wanted to skip one of those 2 things, you could do the tour achievement, but that needs you to do rares, exploration, and treasures. So this seemed easier. How does he have both white and brown eggs? Well, maybe this is not his only chicken. Maybe this is just his favorite chicken. The best way to see exactly how many threads your cloak is at is with an add-on. Narcissus can do it. It shows me that I have 1,668. It's stupid. It's dangerous. I just made my last gnome of every class that can be a DK named Lichy. I'm obsessed already. Nice. Gonna wear that for the entirety of the War Within. This has to be my favorite cosmetic back piece they've ever done. It's so good. It's got so many fun little pieces hung onto it. Plus, it has a chicken. She doesn't seem to mind. She seems perfectly content to be about to fall out over my head. How's your day been? Used to watch all your YouTube videos years ago. Aw, shucks. Glad to have you back. Crazy how the years go by. Your action bars always fry my brain. I like them like this. They're nested to the left against my camera. This bar right here corresponds directly to the 3 rows of keys that I use on my keyboard. This bar right here corresponds directly to the buttons on the side of my mouse. And then the bar to the right is those same mouse buttons but with a shift modifier, and it makes sense to me that the bar is smaller because those are modifier keys. Yeah, it maps out nicely to in my brain. It's the dropped chiclet look. Excuse me. So I guess what I want to do now is I want to go back to the bazaar and I want to go shopping. I suppose I should use one of these vouchers because I haven't been doing so. And then I'm going to start thinking about wrapping up for today. I'm pretty hungry. And my word maker is just spitting out colors and shapes. not so much worse anymore. So let's buy some stuff. I've got 16k bronze to spend. Yeah, food buff, wear it off, exactly. I'll be back tomorrow. I will start 9 Pacific, just like I did today. The question is, what am I going to do? Am I going to pick another zone and start it? Am I going to try and just do a bunch of raids to get to 70? I'm going to have to think about it. Get to the bottom of it. But in the meantime, one of you guys... Isn't it Hemet that has the mounts? One of you guys has mounts. That's gems, dungeons. There he is. one of the Hemet children has mounts. I've been just getting the cheap ones first. I don't see why not. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I have that one already. 7.
See you soon.
Yeah, I want to get all the mounts first, and then I want to start working on Mog. This is my first character in Remix. I love the chicken backpack so much. Holy moly, it's so cute. Also, you can tell it's time for lunch when the eggs are making you hungry. So yeah, I have spent down all my bronze.
Great to meet you.
I love that Can I Manga added check marks to mounts. I love it. I can just scan this real easy and see that I have this entire first page of mounts, but we got the second page to work on tomorrow.
Safe travel.
I'm gonna go stick myself in the inn. I found that you do get rested. I wasn't sure if you would, but you totally do get rested for logging out in an inn. Can I Mog it is the add-on with check marks. Can I Mog it? It's always done that for transmog, but they've recently added the capability to do it to mounts and pets as well. That one's linked there. I'm gonna add Narcissus to that spreadsheet as well. Narcissus. Because yeah, this is a pretty nice interface too. Cool. I am done for today, but I'll be back tomorrow for my final stream of the week. I stream Wednesdays through Sundays, so Monday, Tuesday will be off, but I'm back tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. I hope to hit 70 on stream tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.